Okay, so guys, we are live. Welcome to Pixel Cherry Ninja's channel. A big celebration today in the world of Mr. FPGA and FPGA gaming in general, guys. Robert Pipe, the developer of the N64 core for the MiSTer. Well, do you know what, guys? He's recently announced that all the games are now working in some state or another. So so they're all booting up. That's kind of like what we are saying, which is awesome. So sorry, just have a look at some stuff in the background. If I'm live, if the volume's okay and everything, guys, just say hello. Let me know. Okay, yeah, on my side it's showing that I'm live. I've been live for like 45 seconds, or if hopefully everything's hunky-dory. What I don't understand, which is a little bit weird, is why is it that it's okay? So my live little counter is showing that the live stream's an hour long, and I don't get that. I haven't set a time for that, so that's a little bit weird. So I thought we'd start off with Mario Kart Amped Up, because it only just got updated. It got updated to a good version, which sounds good. It sounds like, okay, we've got a good version of this game. So let's start with this. I'll start a little game with this, and I know someone asked for Force Gemini. We can do that next. So just blast that away in comments. Guys, can anyone just confirm, is the audio okay? Are you hearing me okay? So we are streaming a little bit early. We're a little bit ahead of schedule. At a little bit before 7, you know, I like to kind of leave time. So I've always been taught, you know what, like, always be on time. Oh, okay, right, maybe this update isn't working. I haven't gone, stream hasn't died. Let's just bring up an overlay just so you know something is on there. Okay, so the latest version of Mario Kart Amped Up isn't actually working, so that's a little bit of a bummer. That would have been super nice for it to work. So let's go into Force Gemini, because Sketchy asked for Force Gemini. So let's do that. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday. I had a busy Saturday. I spent 6 hours working on the weekly news video, mainly because I kept effing parts of it up and I had to redo it. It might have taken 4.5 hours. But yeah, you know, I try and keep the bar as high as I can anyway. Not that it is very, very high. So let's go Force Gemini. Everything's working now. I know some games have a widescreen mode. I'm not gonna run. Oh, wicked! Thank you, Juan, for confirming the order. It's nice. I'll do a recording first, just to see how everything's going, and the recording actually came out okay. I was kind of happy with it, but it's always nice to get feedback from you guys. So awesome. So this is Force Gemini. Now, I know some games, I think this one has, there you go, it's got a widescreen mode. I'm not going to go widescreen because I kind of want to keep the chat on the left for when the stream ends. So we're just going to play everything OG 4:3 aspect ratio. Probably my favorite ratio, because that's how I've done most of my gaming. So I don't really know much about this game. I know I'm going to regret some of the controls, because you know what, some of the controls are a little bit iffy. Yeah, some of the controls are a little bit iffy. Yeah, just because we're kind of used to modern controls now. So, but nonetheless, it's fun to try out. I was playing GoldenEye. I tend not to get into controls and change stuff. I play everything at default, and have everything like inverted was just absolutely nuts. Guys, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We are celebrating Robert Pipe or FPGA Asm Spazzes. Oh, okay. So that boots, but it doesn't run into the game. Maybe there's some settings or something you could change. You can do it. Now remember, when we're saying every game is kind of running, every game is booting up. Whether it crashes later or something happens is something different. I mean, there might be a different version that works. So let's have a look. Anyone, guys, if you've got any requests, type them in block capitals, so it kind of stands out to me when I'm looking at everything here. You know, it just makes it a little bit easier for me. If it's in block capitals, I can see it, and I can hopefully get all that going for you. So let's oh, okay, you know what, let's do we got some hacks. I just got the Mario shotgun hack. I know a buddy of mine, Video Game Esoterica, I know he's a little bit of a weirdo, guys. And I know he always speaks like he's orgasming, but you know, I still like the guy, you know. Right, so where is it? Shotgun Mario? I just put that on there. Oh, here we go, Shotgun Mario. So let's try a little bit of Shotgun Mario. VG, where are you? You need to come and defend yourself. I thought you were going to come onto this stream. So a big shout out to Dan GPTV for actually doing this hack. Now guys, advance warning, I suck major at I suck major at 3D Mario games or 3D platform games in general. I never evolved with the genre. Right, okay, L to shoot. Is that okay? So I have to. All right, okay. Now that's a little bit weird. Okay, yeah. How do I hold L and the analog stick? Okay. Haha. Okay, interesting. Legit, this is fairly awesome, man. So I've not been able to kind of keep up with the rate Robert actually progresses the work on the core. That's where Video Game Esoterica comes in. He's been doing a great job at kind of keeping up with everything. Let me just have a look at chat a second as well while he stands up on his platform. Yo, SNK Kev, do you know what? We are all weirdos. Yeah, no, that's true, man. But you know what? VGE is just that little bit weirder. Just a little bit. Not too much. Just a little bit weirder. Do I shoot that? Let's see. No, okay. If it's gonna come to crazy jumping already, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So. All right, let's move the camera around. I've got to jump up there, man. That's got to be some triple jump stuff, right? No? Okay. I don't know. Can I shoot the sign? I can, okay. Okay, absolutely love it. Can I jump up and do a... Oh, okay. Right, I'm not going to be able to... Okay, what do I do? This is maybe we should play some normal games instead of ROM hacks. Okay, so I could. Right. Okay. Do you know what, guys? I suck at 3D platformers. Let me. Oh, okay. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. No worries, Daniel. Let's do that. I need some suggestions, guys. Just remember, try and put them in block capital so it stands out, because sometimes in between the gaming I can't keep up with all of the chat, which is fine. But if there's a string of messages and there's some block capitals in there, if you remember when we were testing this core, I think it was in August when I was on annual leave, man, what a great time. I've got some of that coming up next year where in fact my missus is going on holiday with my two boys, and it's me and my daughter that are staying here because she's got her final year in secondary school. So she's going to be doing exams. So I'm off for like a 3-week period. So my daughter's a gamer too. We're going to be streaming. She's going to be playing whatever she plays, and I'm going to be streaming up here. And we're going to be eating a lot of takeaways. So let's have a look at Hot Wheels. Okay, Hot Wheels Turbo Racing coming up for you, kind sir. Let's do this. It's Saturday night. We're in London. Wherever you are, I wish you a pleasant evening. So SNK Kev, I'm kind of excited about the releases. I'm always on the side. I'm just one of those guys that I'm always on the side of optimism. It's just the way I am. Okay, you know what? Okay, it's just the way I've always been. So I'll be optimistic. I'll say, okay, hopefully the games will be good. We'll enjoy them. But you know what? I'm also a realist, and I'll tell myself that they might just turn out to be complete and utter garbage. I honestly don't know. I mean, I'll have to wait until they come out. Like with Golden Axe, like, so there's a few games after Streets of Rage 4 came out. I was really hoping we'd get Golden Storm. Golden Storm. That would be interesting. Golden Axe and Alien Storm mixed up, but Golden Axe and Alien Storm, I would absolutely love to see like modern adaptations of those. I mean, wouldn't that be awesome, right? You know, Alien Storm. I wasn't the biggest fan of the shooting parts, but hey, you know what? I still play the game. I still like the game. I like it a lot. And Golden Axe, it would have been nice to get that, but it looks like they're doing different stuff in there. TMS Battlezone Rise of the Black Dogs, why not? Right afterward, do you know what? I've bought the new Hot Wheel. Oh, I thought that would have been the skid button. I used the turbo. I've bought the new Hot Wheels for Steam, and you know, it's really bad. I've got games like, there's a lot of EA racing games I like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That feels very, very arcadey, so I like it, and I actually like it a lot. Okay, wrong way. How do we reverse? Okay, we reverse. So I have bought that, And I've been buying games again on Steam, and I'm trying to buy some that aren't tied to another launcher. And I bought the latest Hot Wheels, and I haven't really played it that much. Okay, so it seems like you can do stunts in this when you're flying around. But that new Hot Wheels games seems very, very decent. I should go back and play it, but like all games, do you know what I hate about buying new games now? It's like I buy a new game, right? I mean, I didn't buy that one. It wasn't that expensive. I bought it for like £12 or something off maybe Humble Store or something. And when you buy it, you think, okay, you got a new game. As soon as you turn a game on, it goes, hey, do you want this DLC? Do you want this DLC? It makes you feel like you bought something, but you're missing everything. So I've always been suckered into buying the Ultimate Edition. And like, for example, like the Division or something, like I'll buy the game, I'll buy the DLC, and then I realise I'm not even going to play it that much. But I just kind of want the complete game, and that's one thing about retro gaming, you know. Like, I love the fact that everything was on that cartridge, everything was on that disc. DLC was really unheard of. It wasn't a thing, chicken wing, you know, and we got it. And that's another reason why I really do enjoy and I absolutely love ROM hacks, because oops, okay, I should have gone down here. Right, the reason that I like ROM hacks, I feel like that's DLC for the old games that we like. And yeah, I like the old games, especially the Castlevania ones, man. Like you know, I've got one where a friend of mine, a ROM hacker, asked him for Ryu, and he put Ryu in there. He wasn't happy with it. He said it wasn't a great job, and to be honest, it wasn't like the best Ryu sprite. It kind of looked more like Akira from Virtua Fighter, but it was just amazing. So I absolutely love ROM hacks. If you're into Castlevania, there's a really good one, a Harmony of Dissonance, called Revenge of the Findissicle. That one's really, really good. And you know, it's a shame Mario Kart Amped Up didn't work. I'm probably gonna put that on my Steam Deck and do a stream on that at some point, maybe later today, because I do actually find streaming quite relaxing. I actually stream from bed. I'll just take my Steam Deck on my GPD Win Max 2, and I'm chilling in bed. And I'm playing. I've been like sleeping. I've been sleeping on a sofa downstairs for quite some time. Not that me and the missus have had an argument or anything. It's just my middle son. He always gets a cough in winter. He has to take like an inhaler and that. And he coughs and he gets up at night. So we end up getting up. So he's actually sleeping with his mum. And I'm telling him, man, come on, boy. I hope you start getting better soon. I'm sleeping in the front room too much, but I hope my wife ain't watching this. But what I don't actually mind is it gives me a chance to make noise and stream and do stuff while I'm in bed, which I can't normally do, but I don't want to let my wife know that. Right, okay, let's have a look at the next thing, or maybe hopefully, okay, I think, okay, lap 3 or 4, let's try and complete this a little bit, and then I'll have a look at chat, and then we'll load a game. Let the demo run, and I'll read some of the chat and respond to some of the comments, because from the corner of my eye, I can see it, like just, I can see the chat thing moving. But guys, absolutely awesome. A big shout out to Robert Pipe. Robert, you're amazing. What you've done with this core, you know, one retail game by the end of the year, and now we've got every game booting by the end of the year. The guy, honestly, the guy is just amazing. I would say that the guy's a genius, and there's some developers out there. I mean, like if you haven't seen it, there's an interview with Hotego on the channel, and you know, the guy's attention to detail, and you know what he considers an accurate core to be, and the lengths he goes to in order to get accuracy. And that's the reason we're in MiSTer, you know, in FPGA gaming. We want that accuracy we can't get from software emulation in a vast majority of cases. And you know, people like Hotego and Robert, you can see, you know, they are geniuses, absolutely geniuses, masters in their field. I mean, who would have thought, right? Playing N64 and FPGA. Telling a friend of mine about this, that right, let's go up this ramp. I was telling a friend of mine about this, a friend of mine who I grew up with. He lives out of the country now, but he comes over once or twice a year. So I went to visit him. I actually grabbed an original Nintendo 64 controller off him and a whole bunch of games, just to kind of do some snack testing, and maybe if I get the Analog 3D, I've got an EverDrive for the N64. And I kind of told him, and I was a little bit gutted, because I went to visit him yesterday and a few of the boys, and I was like, you know, shall I bring around a MiSTer? Do you want to check it out? And he was like, nah, cool, we're not going to game. And I think he's a little bit away from gaming. I ended up giving him like an old Ambernick with lots of emulation, and he was chuffed by that. So I think because he's not been gaming for a long time, he won't really be able to tell the difference between, like, you know, software emulation and hardware emulation. So I guess ignorance is bliss, you know. It's what's working for him. When is this lap going to end? So we can have a little chat, because I do like reading the chat and responding to that. All I've been doing is going off on a random speech spat about, you know, wife, best friends, and well, a little bit of talk about Hot Wheels. That's the thing I like about streaming. I have no idea where the conversation is going to go or what I'm going to say. And sometimes I'll watch it, and you know what, guys? I actually cringe. I cringe and I think, is that really me? Did I really say that? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, who cares? You know, majority of us are weirdos and nerds. Maybe not as big as video game esoterica, but definitely a lot of us. Right, let's have a look at chat. Just gonna scroll through a bit of that. Okay, it doesn't show a replay, so let's put up another game. What did someone else want to see? So, okay, right, play difficult ones. Okay, no worries. Okay, wicked. Right, okay. Oh, what's this? Battlezone. Okay, yeah, Battlezone Rise of the Black Dogs. Let's get that going. Interesting title, yeah. Battlezone Rise of the Black Dogs. Is that the same Battlezone? Is that the same Battlezone? I had one on. I had one for PlayStation VR. I think it was called Battlezone. I played it a little bit. Hey TMS, how you doing, bud? Alan D, yo, what's up? Okay, the truth is Sega don't budget. Yeah, maybe that's correct. I mean, to be honest, TMS, what would be good is, rather than saying 5 games plus more, what really would be nice is they just work on 1 or 2 games, but just do a great job of it. If you have to outsource it to someone that does good games, well, do it. You know, that's the way to. Like, pay, yeah, I hate that. Okay, yeah, SNK Kev talking about the paywalls and stuff. I hate it. I understand people have to make money. I like Monster Hunter, and I've never had an issue with the DLC Monster Hunter produces, because the only one you need to buy is the big expansion that they release, and I'm happy paying that money for it. I put a lot of time into it, and all the other stuff that you buy is like cosmetics. You know, I ended up spending 65 or 69 pence on a bunch of balloons because my kids like them. So okay, Majora's Mask for old time's sake. Yeah, why not, James Butcher? Right, you know what? Oh, this is where I remember. Oh no, where's my pen gone? Oh, my kids, man, they come to my desk and take my stuff. Okay, I don't have a pen. I should have prepped that before I done that. Where is it? Oh, I have got it. It's just fallen down. They've taken it and put it down. So let me just write down some names. So Zelda MM. Right, okay, what have we got? Yo, Raheem, how you doing, man? Guys, check out Raheem's channel. He does a lot of streaming. He's very good at Call of Duty, and he's very good at Street Fighter. He has a very solid DJ. In fact, Raheem, at some point I need to get on Street Fighter. I was thinking about doing it today, but then this kind of popped up. Hey, Cat Pat, how you doing? Okay, Mischief Makers. Yeah, you know what, Cat Pat, we can do that. I don't know how to play it too well. I know... yeah, I know there's a bit of shaking and whatnot to do, but just think about this as an intro to the games. Ah, Robert, how you doing? We have FPGA Asm Spaz himself. Don't know if it can be considered a hidden gem, but I vote for Body Harvest. Guys, Body Harvest is going to be straight after this game, because the main man himself, who's actually brought us this core, Robert Piper, has asked for it. I would turn Battlezone off now, but it would be rude to do that. So let's do a little bit of Battlezone, and then we're gonna do Body Harvest. Let me put a star next to it because my memory is like a sieve. Guys, this stream is buzzing today. Absolutely loving it. I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. Let me just kind of try and catch up. Oh, Iggy's wrecking balls. Okay, let me write that down as well. Iggy wrecking. Okay. Right. Okay. Wicked, yes. Yeah, so, Anton Gale's in the house. Anton, how you doing, buddy? Awesome stuff. Nice to see you guys drop by. Guys, Anton Gale, he's brought us stuff like the Tato System SJ for the MiSTer, the Analog Pocket. He's most recently working on Targ. A little bit before my time, but it does look interesting. So I'm not going to try it in emulation. I'm going to wait for Anton's call, and I'm going to try it out because it doesn't have to look great to play great, right? Emmett, I'll try the cracked. Okay, Emmett, I'm not sure if I have that handy, and it's not something I'm going to be able to put on while I'm playing because, do you know what, I haven't actually set up a network folder from my new laptop that I'm using. I'm lazy. I kind of do stuff as I come across them. So Force Gemini is definitely a no-no for now, unless I've got a cracked one. We can check it after. But all right, I'm going to turn away from chat for a second, and let's just let's have a look at this Battle Zone game. I have to say, I do like the way the title screen and everything drops. I love it when it's got an arcade mode. American, Soviet, Black. You know what? I kind of want to do the Black Dog campaign, man, because you know what? I got friends in all different countries. Nah, I'm not gonna go Rumble. I've never been a fan of Rumble. Insert Rumble pack. Continue without Rumble. Yeah. I'm one of them weird. No. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh no, that's retry. Okay. B. Right. Yeah. I was never a fan of Rumble, to be honest. Oh wow. Okay. This game feels decent. Right. The frame rate for an N64 game is very, very decent as well. Okay. Question is, which way do I go? Can I climb out of this equator or no? Oh, I can. Oh wow, okay. Ah. Something's shooting at me. Right guys, look, one thing I have to tell you guys again and again and again. Okay, I can see something on the radar down there. What am I shooting? Let me go straight ahead. What's that little, oh, there's a red dot. That's got to be the enemy. I definitely suck at these games. My learning curve is I like to savor games with him. Wow, okay, this game is, wow, this is so good for an N64 game. Where's the fire button? Okay, well, damage is critical. Okay, I got blown up. So I really enjoy playing Metroidvania games. I'd like to stream them when I'm playing them, but man, like I put myself to sleep. That's how slow I savor everything. I look for every secret. What am I doing here? This game's working really. Oh, am I like a spaceman now? Okay, that's interesting. That's just a zoom in. So how do I walk? Again, like the controls for these games are so, what's the word? They were so not standard. You know, we didn't have a standard then, which we have now. Okay, what am I doing? There's a flight button. Okay, what am I doing? I would have liked this game back on the N64. I would have had the patience to actually try it and work out what to do, but I can't seem to move unless I'm kind of trying everything here. Holding down a shoulder button. No. Okay. Yeah. Nah. Okay. A little bit too much of a learning curve. But whoever requested this, guys, you can kind of see it's kind of working okay. Oh, I ejected. That's what she said. With. Yeah, man, yeah, definitely. I've never heard of this either, to be honest. Well, I heard of like the later versions, I think, but not this one here. But you know what? Rather than bad gameplay on this, let's look at Body Harvest, which has been requested by the developer of this core himself. So, Body Harvest. So someone actually, I think was it Emmett. Emmett's really good at giving facts. I also hope Cyber Akuma drops in. Cyber Akuma drops into the stream because he comes out with a lot of facts. He adds a lot of value to the stream. So I think was it Emmett or someone else told me that this was this was the grandfather of GTA. You know, it's what was made and either the developers or this had something to do with Grand Theft Auto. So awesome stuff. I tried it out. It's not something I have nostalgia for because I never played it back in the day, but I feel like if I played this game, I really, really would have liked it. Okay. Okay, right, let's check this. So, hey everyone, I hope you're having a good Saturday night. I do like watching intros for games. I mean, that looks almost kind of believing that's Captain Falcon there. Did I actually pick the right game? I'm wondering now. I must have, yeah, because it's got like a Metroid-like costume. So when kind of Robert added, well, when he updated the core, and this was one of the games I was working, I tested it out, and yeah, I was impressed. I think you start as a person, you get into a vehicle, or vice versa. But man, like, definitely interesting. I remember hearing about this game, but never playing it. I'm trying to think now if we had this in the shop and people bought it. It was really interesting having a gaming shop, man. It was really, really good. I used to like the days before the internet was a big thing, you know, like there was a lot of opportunities around. Yeah. Okay, DMA. Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. So nice one, Emmett. Glad you're here, man. Feel free to correct me on anything or add value as you always do. You're like an asset to the channel. Always appreciate it, Timis. Okay. Cool. What's that one at TMS? When you can Google WWF Legends Challenge 64, it is 80s wrestlers. Okay, so let's start this Body Harvest. Okay, so, oh, wow. It's got my save from last time. So let's go there. I should be near the beginning because I don't actually play that many games. I actually started Grand Theft Auto 5, not because of all the hype and everything. I've had it for quite a long time for free via the Epic Store. But like I was saying, I end up buying games again on Steam just so they can run easily on the Steam Deck. I can't be bothered doing everything else. Okay, so mission objective by that lovely lady over there. Let's see if we can find out what's been happening here. Okay, try the village ahead, check your map and fix your position. Okay, cool. All right, let's do this. All right, let's have a quick look at the chat before we get in there. Dr. Johnny Bananas, haha, dude, thank you for saying I absolutely love your name. You know, that's a lot of originality in that name. Like I love a good username. Like my username, honestly, is just something that I thought up in 10 minutes. It's like, yeah, dude, I want to do a channel, right? I want a name that's unique. That's me talking to myself, by the way. And I just kind of I've done it so if you, okay, run towards the empty vehicle and press the bottom C button. Okay, not the GTA would have been the top one. Yeah, so I'll just come out with something quick, but Dr. Johnny Bananas, what a name, man. What a name, absolutely love it. Okay, I'm pressing the bottom C button. Ah, okay, jumps in there. Okay, so, okay, cool. Okay, so this is the hidden gem. I'm detecting a huge energy surge nearby. Well, energy is expensive these days, guys, so, you know, why not get a surge of it, huh? Okay, get ready. Can I fire? I can't remember if I can fire out of here or... No, I can't. Okay, can I? Oh, I can fire. Let's go around and do it. Okay, interesting. Very, very interesting. See, it's nice. I appreciate stuff like this because when this game was... when this system was around, like, stuff like this would be... You know, it will blow you away the way I'm blowing those giant ants away or those giant wasps. The only thing is going back to this stuff, if you haven't played it originally, you don't really have the nostalgia for it, you know. And yeah, you need to be good at games, man. That's why, like with 8 and 16-bit games, because most of them are 2D, it's kind of easier to go back and you know, play them again. Like a lot of the 3D games, I have a lot more difficulties with, but that's definitely me. There's a lot of people on the Discord that are very, very good at games. In particular, Insane Friend is someone that always comes to mind. Guy's just amazing at games, man. Like I've used some of his videos, in fact, when he's gotten somewhere. Right, I want to try and shoot that thing, but I just so suck. Right, let's triggers fire. Come on. All right, I've taken it down finally. I've done it. Okay, cool. Awesome stuff. Right, let's get out of here now. Oh, that's awesome. He jumps out. Okay, I think there's a dude in here that you can speak to. Here we go. Again, reminds me of Samus, a cross between Samus and Master Chief. Are we speaking? Hey buddy, how you doing? I'm here. No? What's the speak button? Oh. Ah, here we go. Okay. Look, it's Ron Jeremy. Hey, what was all that rumpus outside? That was me trying to shoot some insects and doing a really bad job of it. You look like you must have been sent to help us. I suppose you want to cross my bridge now. Well, why not cross a bridge? That's what it made for, right? Pull the lever on the wall behind me. Okay, there's a wall behind him. Let's pull that lever. What a sworn beast that... Okay, nice. It's actually A is the activate button. Okay, cool. So we have got a bridge now, guys. Wicked. Aha, Gov. The Gov is here. Right, guys. You got to give Gov 2018 mad props. Remember I always tell you about my boss that lets me edit stuff at work? That's the guy right there, guys. So only good talk about the guy that continuously employs me. So, Governor, hope you and the family are having a good Saturday night. We're having a blast testing some stuff out here. Hey Zigra, how you doing? Right, okay, wicked. Just gonna look at some chat. Gov, you never knew it could be fun. We're here. Take a break. Wicked. Ah, nice. Yeah. Robert, you definitely deserve a break, dude. Yeah, honestly, it's absolutely amazing what you do. And yeah, just got to give Gov another shout again. Gov, absolutely nice one. Look forward to seeing you back at work on Tuesday. Okay, let's shoot these things, man. Alright, giant spiders. Ooh, look at that. That one was close. Okay, legit. This game's this game's decent. Right, where's Video Game Esoteric? I was hoping he stopped by, you know, with some of his crusty humor. Right, next wave detected. Let's go in this. Oh, that tree was blocking me. Very, very good, the open world stuff in here, you know, for the time. And look, we've even got like birds flying up there. Decent soundtrack as well. What's for? There we go. Okay. Yep. I'll shoot your buddy too. Oh wow! Look, there's its mama. Okay. Interesting. I have to say, I really do like the explosions in here. Got myself a little heart. I don't think I took any damage yet, or did I? Here we go. Where's my little... okay, the target comes up with a vehicle. Is he just going to aim up there? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, cool. Let's try something else, guys. Do you know what, Bruno? Force Gemini, I think there's a hacked version of it that actually works. I don't think I have it. We can definitely check it out. So let me go to my hacks folder and see if I've got it, because I've been obviously building games up for some time for this. So it'll be interesting to see. What's that, Raheem? Mace, yeah? Okay, cool. If that's I'm not familiar with that game, but we can check that. Right, body harvest done. We've got a few things here. Right, so let's go to hacks. Have I got no, I haven't got Jet Force Gemini in my hacks. Okay, that something to note for next time then. Maybe I'll go over on the Discord and someone can help me. Let's have a look at some of the other requests. I'll load one up and I'm just gonna look at chat again. So what's the next one? Okay, someone asked for Zelda. So I wonder if that's under L. Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. I've tried playing that a few times, to be honest. Couldn't quite get on with it. I know it's quite, they're quite difficult, the Zelda games. Again, all the 2D ones. I still need to play the new one. What's that one called? Tears of the Kingdom. I've got it for the Switch. Again, just kind of allocating that time to play it. Extreme G1, yeah, no problem, Mo. Extreme brightness down while it boots up. Okay, so. Yeah, oh, wicked, like that, Jana. Thanks for the impossible core. That's the name that this has got. Awesome. Hopefully we can do some Star Wars games as well. Yo, James Butcher, how you doing? Long time, buddy. Long time. Welcome everyone to the stream. Wicked. Look at that. Oh, wicked. Thanks, Raheem, for giving my boss props, man. I'll see him on Tuesday. I don't know if I can request to him that, you know, over the holiday period, it might be quite, can I live stream from work? I don't know. I think that might be pushing it. But all right, let's, here we are. I called this, so I remember one of the videos I got laughed at because I called this Majora's Mask. And I probably did already, it's Majora's Mask, isn't it? Is that the title? Let me bring it up here so we can look at it. Majora's Mask. Okay, Majora's Mask is what this game is. I do like the intro to this. I think it looks really, really good. Yeah, no worries, man. Hear it. And yeah, James, if you've got a MiSTer, then get the latest work in progress call, man. It just works, and it works amazingly well. Absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, Zelda games, unless you're, you know, someone like Mr. Walrus, like he'll go through and play the games, but Mr. Walrus he's just very, very good at games. So you know, it's fun to kind of watch him play. I tune into his streams, even though like he plays Forza Horizon 5 more than anything else. No, I'm just messing about. I don't think I'll live stream, you know, like my boss gives me enough freedom, you know, he leaves me alone. As long as there's no complaints and, you know, I'm not being like a complete idiot at work, he's kind of all right with it. And I'm not one to kind of push those boundaries, you know. I'm good with what I get. He knows he's got my loyalty. I've got his back, he's got my back, and we've got a good relationship. But I think live streaming might just push it a little bit. That was just a joke. Boss, if you're still there, Gov. Yeah, Ziggurat. Yeah, let Robert take a break, man. I'm sure everyone will be amazed at whatever he does next, but I think he definitely needs like a well-deserved holiday after all the work he's put. So I'm not even going to speculate on what it might be, what I think it might be, or what it might even be at all. So right, okay, so let's just put in PC in here. Oh, and it's just there. Here we go. Right, let's just watch a little bit of the intro. We'll do a little run near the beginning, and that's that. I have a question. What size micro SD card do you run all the games on? Right, so SNK Kev, I've got a 512 card, which I'm using now, which is my unstable card. That's the one I mainly use because I end up putting unstable cores on there for videos. Now, sorry, I just saw that there's sleep in my opinion. That is a good choice, definitely. Sleep, you can never have enough of it. So I've got a 512 card with unstable, my unstable build. Then I've got like a vanilla one that I keep. I try not to mess around with that. I just use update all on that, and I've put all the ROMs on there. So I have a 512 one for that as well. And then the second MiSTer I've got is the one I got from Mr. Addons, who, as you guys know, he's the sponsor of the weekly Saturday show. So let me just give him another shout on this. For all your Mr. Niece, check out Mr. Addons, because I do like the guy. He's also a friend, and I'm honestly glad to have him as a sponsor, someone I actually like. So in the second dual RAM setup I've got a 512 SD as well. So generally I'm using 512s. I like full ROM sets on there for the 8 and 16-bit systems, but for stuff like PC Engine CD, honestly, I'm quite happy just putting a few games on there. It's not an issue what I want to play. You know, for like PlayStation, I don't know, maybe 10, maybe I've got 20 games on there. So I'm kind of good. I really don't need everything on there. I mean, at some point, maybe I can connect the hard drive. I can do it over a network. I've got more games, like for example, like more ROMs on my PC. So I recently upgraded my PC. I got a new laptop from someone at work actually. They bought a 4000 series one, and they sold me their kind of Asus one with a 3070 in it, 32 gig of RAM, like really good storage. I actually ended up upping the storage, so the total's 3 terabyte. So I ended up getting like a very, very good deal on this. So I've got a whole bunch of ROMs on there, but honestly, I mainly keep the ROMs on there for when I'm making a video, just to have access to them so I can run the gameplay. That's honestly why I keep all of those. My first love is arcade games, because look, growing up, I played Nintendo 64, I played Super Nintendo, I played Mega Drive, I played all the consoles out there. If I didn't have them myself, if you guys remember, if you're like, a lot of you guys are around the same age as me, if you didn't have something and your friend had it, you played it around your friend's house, you swapped consoles, you swapped games, so you ended up playing a lot. What a lot of us didn't have was arcade machines. We played those in the arcade. So the main fascination with emulation and emulation, software emulation, and emulation on MiSTer, hardware emulation, was that I got to experience the arcade games in the best possible way. So for me, like, don't get me wrong, I like the N64 core, I like all the computer cores, but man, like, I absolutely love the arcade cores, and that's the main thing that got me onto the MiSTer. Like, I love everything else that comes with it, but I'm an arcade guy. Now I know there's people out there that like console cores more. Robert, the developer, likes console cores more than arcade. So, but that's the great thing about the MiSTer. The project's it's got something for everybody in there. Like, I like checking out a lot of the stuff. I like checking out some SNES stuff as well. I have to say that when I tried the reflex adapters and I plugged in a SNES controller, man, I didn't cry, but I nearly shed a tear, because it felt like I was a child again holding that controller. I would recommend to anyone out there to either use Snacks, Reflex, anything that lets you use an original controller. There's just something magical about it. I never thought I'd experience it. I was using like 8-bit Dell controllers, but man, like playing Super Mario World with a SNES controller, wow, it took me back like straight away, guys. And I have to say the NSO controller that I'm using is doing a decent job of it. I don't have the extensions to go on the snack adapter to let me use the N64 one. I think that's something I'm going to get from Mr. Addons on the next delivery, so I will test that out. Arthur, how you doing there, buddy? You all right? Okay, Joseph, yo, Paper Mario. Let me write that down. So let me write down a couple of games as well. Right, Paper Mario. Definitely need to try that out. And then I think I see ISS 2000. Yeah, I don't need an excuse to enjoy a bit of football. You know, as we say over here, soccer. Let me just read what Robert is saying. N64 still has a lot of open points to do really accurate. When this point is reached, I will see what I can work on. Depends on what happens until it, in terms of new boards and cores. Okay, awesome stuff. Absolutely love it. So Robert, when he finishes this and when he kind of then he'll move on to something else. Absolutely amazing, great stuff. And Robert, honestly, I'm going to stand up. I am actually from sitting up. Honestly, I'm standing up now. I'm not just saying it, I'm actually standing up. I don't know if you heard my seat, and I'm actually saluting you, dude, because seriously, your work is awesome. Absolutely awesome. It's nice to experience the N64 again with everything that you brought us. And you know what? I've had a blast. Like, okay, so in regards to doing videos, I've done some videos. I feel Video Game Esoterica, in fact, I know Video Game Esoterica done the videos a lot better because he's got a better technical understanding than me. But honestly, I've had a blast covering it, but I really enjoy live streaming, and the live streamings are done in August. I really enjoyed that, and I'm enjoying this live stream now on a Saturday night. You know, it's fun. This is what I do now. I'm a nerd. There was a time I used to go out Saturday night. It was the party night. But you know, married mid-40s with kids, and this is me. This is party Pixel Cherry Ninja on a Saturday night, playing Majora's Mask on the Nintendo 64 core, which now boosts every single retail game. Like just amazing stuff, man. Yo, Nico, how you doing, man? Hey guys. Nico also does like a gaming channel. He does a lot of FPGA stuff. He covers a lot of MiSTer, and it's a French-speaking channel. So if you speak, you know, if you speak and you understand French, definitely check him out. If not, watch it with subtitles. I watch it from time to time as well. And Nico's cool. Nico helps me out in the background, and we're always comparing notes and helping stuff with each other. It's a nice community. So there's no rivalries or anything like that between different content creators. You know, generally, like most people I speak to, we kind of get on, you know. We're old men. This is our niche. This is what we do. So, Nico, thank you for dropping by. Always appreciated. Ooh, okay, so TMS, I like that. I take it that's a question for Robert. I'll let Robert answer that. So I like the 3DO a lot. I mean, the thing about the 3DO is what sucked was I swapped my Neo Geo for it, and I've spoken about that before because, you know, as a kid, I had to hustle. I couldn't have all the consoles. A lot of my life I was brought up just by my mother, like a single parent, so finances were limited. So I had to make decisions where I had a console, then I had to sell it, get in some money, and then buy the console. So I had most of the consoles, but I never had more than one console at a time, or more than one console of a current generation at the time. So I may have had cheap 8-bits when 16-bits were out, one 16-bit and a few 8-bits, but I never had all of them at once. And I did enjoy the 3DO. I got it for Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and after that, I really like the Need for Speed game on it. That's something that I need to check out. Need for Speed was banging. Guys, it's difficult to play these kind of adventure games on here. So what I'm going to do now is, let's have a look at what's next on the list. So we've got Mischief Makers next on the list. So let's do a little bit of Mischief Makers. Right, here we go. And which I definitely like. This was a game like, you know what trying this, it didn't work for a long time. And I remember trying it and it would kind of boot up, and I knew nothing of this game. And I used to watch like the intro for this game, and I really liked it. Really liked it. I was like, wow, it just looks really good. And the N64 isn't known for 2D games, but man, like it has a lot of 2D games. It has a few decent 2D games. Oh, just kind of Geo Pocket. Okay, so GoldenEye, in Tego's latest Patreon post, you've just mentioned the Neo Geo Pocket core, but Tego's actually restarting that core from scratch. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Because of the work he did on the MCU for Splatterhouse, he learned some new things which allowed him to bring improvements or bring more accuracy to Bubble, a game called Tokyo Renegade. What he learned is also going to be implemented on in an upcoming arcade game, The Fairy Story, is it called? Rolling Thunder, which I'm really looking forward to. Absolutely love that game. And there was another one, Kick and Run. And he's applying what he's learned regarding Splatterhouse Splatterhouse and the MCU work to the CPU for the Neo Geo Pocket. So naturally I'll keep you guys posted, but sometimes, so Hotego and team, they've been stuck on this bug for a long time, and just from kind of hearing about it and hearing their hearing what he says over on Patreon, you can see that it was getting to the point of like frustration now, right? Like if you're working on something again and again and again, you get frustrated, and maybe a new start, you're going to be able to just kind of breeze through it. I mean, I'll give you an example, like the news video today, it's a little bit different, but I was working on that for 6 hours today, guys. It just took a long time, and I was making some mistakes, and in between I had to go out. The kids wanted pizza today. One of my kids, he reached a milestone in his kind of extra education that he's doing, and it was like, okay, he wanted pizza, so I was like, let's go out and get pizza. And when I got the pizza, I come back and at 8, I just breezed through my work after having that reset. And also sometimes when I'm stuck on a problem and I'm stuck on the same problem, having a different approach just kind of changes it out a little bit. So hopefully, you know, we'll get the Hotego will get the Neo Geo core working, or the Neo Geo Pocket core working with a new thing. SNK Kev, thank you very much for that donation, man. Really appreciate it, dude. Guys, press that like button for the young man. I wish if I was a young man. In fact, you know what? I'm actually quite happy being old. You know, I've got a bald spot at the top. And I embrace it. You know, I've got a guy that I work with who's going to Turkey for a hair transplant. Like, I'm good with it, man. Embrace. You know, if you're growing old, you're gonna grow old. You can't really avoid it. Just embrace it, man. Just love it. Walk around, carry it like you own it. In fact, you know, I didn't even know I was bald for years, right? How I found out I was bald was there was an incident at work which was captured on CCTV. I won't go into the incident or anything. And when I was watching the CCTV, I saw my head from above on a camera, and I saw there was a bald patch there, because, you know, let's face it, you never see the top of your head, right? And when you're washing it, you don't really feel like there's a hole there, but there was a hole there, and I found out I was bald, and I asked one of my colleagues, and I was like, how long have I been bald? And he said, you've been bald a long time, buddy. And I think the guy must have been lying, because I'm bang on 6'2", and this guy was about like 5'8" maybe. So I don't know how he saw the top of my head, but maybe when I was sitting down and he was standing up, right? Maybe that's how you do it. So all I'm saying is embrace the oldness, guys. Embrace the baldness. Right, we've got those. Yeah, I don't know, the guy I work with, he's really into it, man. He wants to do it. You know, he's younger than me. He's like, I think he's like 31, 32, a bit of a player. So I get it. He doesn't want to lose it. You know, after a certain amount of time, I was like, okay, can't do this. You know, I mean, like I had like, so my cousin who actually mods my Game Boys, his mother was really ill, and she passed away about 3 weeks ago now. And it was really sad. We all kind of knew it was inevitable and everything was happening. And like my youngest kid, who's 7, started crying when he found out, because I'd popped around to my cousin's house to drop him something. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a copy of like the new Metal Gear for the Switch or something. So, and he saw the mum, and you know, she was very unwell, and the kid started crying, and I had to, you know, just kind of tell my kids, I know, don't mean to dampen the mood here or anything, but I was like, kids, look, the only thing like after we're born that we're really guaranteed is that we're gonna die, you know. And the kids were, it was kind of all right after, you know, he cried and everything. I said, look, you know, just be the best person you can be cool, be good, you know, don't be a douche. Yeah, just be cool, guys. You know, and that's that. Anyway, let's get back on track. What were we talking about? Okay, baldness. Enjoy your Christmas break, Robert. Yeah, wicked, Robert. Certainly enjoy that Christmas break, man. We will miss you. I feel when Robert takes a break, myself and Video Game Esoterica will get a break as well. Because I remember sometimes we're like discussing stuff, right? And we're like, you doing a video today? I'm like, no, I'm working. He's doing one. And then he does a video and he talks about it, or I do a video and we talk about it, and the video's obsolete. By the time we're ready to publish it on YouTube, Robert's, do I shake? How do I shake? Right, so Robert's actually done a new core, and that's not a complaint at all, you know, it's just the rate he works at is amazing, and you're like, okay, you know what, we're going to publish that old video anyway, we'll do a new one on the new core the next day. And it's been quite a funny thing that me and VGE have had between us. It's like, I've just done the video, we're like, okay, yeah, we need a little break, we need to chill out, and then I'll get a message from VGE going, dude, you seen it, there's a new core. But yeah, it's been one heck of a ride, man. Amazing. I have to say this game is really, really good. I love 2D games, and yeah, I just never knew about it. This is something I would definitely consider a hidden gem. Is that what I'm doing? Do I spin it around? Someone said you shake. It's the only way I can think of shaking.
Shake, shake.
Oh yeah, she even said shake, shake.
Shake, shake. Yeah.
Something always great about grabbing something and pushing them across, right? Shake, shake, shaking like a rattlesnake. If anyone likes Skid Row here, then I am automatically your friend. Best band ever. Oh, I kind of flew there. Nice. Okay, right. I've had enough of shake, shake. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, so we've done Body Harvest because Robert gets to jump the queue. There's Iggy's Wrecking Ball. Now, I haven't heard of that game. Sorry, I've heard of it. I never associated it with the Nintendo 64. I kind of always associated it with something else. Okay, it's for the Nintendo 64. I don't think I've ever seen or ran this game. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, Raim, it's an interesting game, but kind of need to learn a little bit more about that, man. Yeah, no worries, Robert, man. Honestly, thank you again for your amazing work. Have a brilliant night. Whenever you take a little break, all the best, buddy. Like, honestly, love all around. As you can see, everyone loves you in the chat. And, you know, we love you on the channel. Absolutely awesome, dude. All the best to you, the family, everyone, man. Amazing. Okay, right, okay, Iggy's Wrecking Ball. Right, okay, I'm having like a little bit of deja vu here, guys. Kind of rings a bell. Oh, by the way, guys, you remember during my annual leave where I had a monster ready? Well, you know what, guys, I still have a can of monster ready to go. So yeah, let's I'll crack that open soon. It's always nice to have a refreshing drink when you're talking non-stop for hours. Right, let's press start. Oh, okay, you can pick the different balls. Right, okay, which one? Okay, so one of my kids, the youngest one, who's like the troublemaker, would pick that one. The other one would probably pick that one as he's a bit of a clown. They're amazing, man. My two boys are amazing. They're like best friends and they fight all the time. Like, I have to separate them. I was cracking a joke the other day saying that I think I'm going to get one of those partition walls built in the front room. So one can sit on one side and the other can sit on the other side, because you really just don't get on with one another, you know? And they're like, no, Dad, don't do that. Because, you know, kids, they take stuff literally, you know? They don't realize you're joking. I'm like, nope, I've got the partition walls at work. I'm going to bring it in. And then I'm like, oh, then I'm speaking to my wife saying, I wonder if I can get it on top of the car and everything there. Don't really know. Don't know the game. Ah, cool. Yeah, no, I don't. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so I need to jump up there. No, can I double jump? Can I do a bounce or something? Ah, okay, do I? Oh, okay, I've got a tongue that comes out. Oh, awesome. Okay, that's interesting. Where's that going to launch me? Okay, this game's interesting. Iggy's Wrecking Ball. Interesting, very interesting. Race over, okay. I bought some books for FPGA. Want to start reading soon. Really looking forward to learning. Ah, wicked, nice one. So you're going to get into core development. Remember, Kev, when you get into development, any calls you make sure you sort me out, yeah, with them, so I can do like advanced previews and work in progress builds, yeah. Don't forget your buddy PCN. Someone actually called me Cherry in comments, and I quite like that name, but I don't know if that's a super feminine name, you know, because I met a few girls called Cherry when I was younger, unless they just gave me that name in the club because they're like, you know, we're not, oh wow, okay, there's a button that lets you kind of speed across as well. Interesting. Yeah, so I met a few girls, I think 2 girls in my life called Cherry, but it definitely sounds like a dodgy name, you know. Sounds like a working girl's name or something. Hi, I'm Cherry, you know. Oh, okay. Guys, this is an interesting game. Okay. I can keep going up. Yeah, interesting. I wouldn't quite say like Monkey Ball, you know, but kind of, you know, one of those kind of puzzly games. Monkey Ball was amazing on the GameCube, man. Absolutely loved that game. That was a great party game. And it was one of those games. I've got a lot of friends that aren't gamers, and that's the game that they played. Right, let's move on to the next one. This is a good game though, so thank you whoever recommended this. Like, absolutely awesome. I've got a game. Oh, Raheem, your game, Mace. You asked a game called Mace. Let's have a look at Mace and what Mace is. So, guys, by the way, if you've got a keyboard plugged in, if you press a letter on the keyboard, same way kind of Windows does it, it goes over. Oh, here we go, Mace the Dark Ages. Ah, yeah, nice. I'm glad you picked the fighting game. So if you press like the letter on the keyboard, it takes you over to that letter on the list. So that's actually fairly interesting, I have to say. A friend of mine that actually introduced me to the MiSTer, he knew nothing of this. Like, he was like, "What? You can do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, man." Like, he goes, "How did you work that out?" I said, "Well, I do it on the PC all the time. You know, when I'm looking for a file, and when I go to the letter, I start typing in the name, it comes up." So yeah, on the MiSTer, I don't know if you can type the whole name. It seems to go a little bit funny, but definitely the letter, you can get to it quickly like that. So, oh, okay, let's just go start and see what we can do. I forget. Okay, let me. You know what? I'm gonna crack open the monster. You might hear. Do you want to hear the fizz? Ah, yeah. Okay. Oh, wow, Executioner. Wow. Okay, so this is your game, yeah, Raheem. I hope to see you stream this one day. Okay, I'm gonna pick. Oh, the time's on 0. Oh, okay. Oh man, like they picked the same character against my character. What's that about? Wicked, wicked, Jan. For. Oh. Interesting. How do I do that shield barge? Okay, I'll tell you what's good about this. You know, the N64, you play some games and it won't give you controls on the analog stick, but it'll only can give it's either one or the other. This one, it works with both the analog stick and it works with the D-pad. So that's interesting. You know, like back when the N64 was out, I was such a sucker for fighters. And I still am a sucker for fighters, right? I played almost everything, so I definitely would have liked this. Like, I like fighters whether they were good or bad, man. I just liked them from, you know, from being a kid and playing. I played Yao Kung Fu. That was bloody difficult, man. That was very, very difficult. Then like stuff like International Karate, IK Plus really done it on the Amiga. Always had, you know, just a great love for fighting games. And when Street Fighter 2 came out, well, Street Fighter 1 we played in the arcade. I played that with my buddy Chris, the one that I mentioned. He's actually gone back to his country now, to his home abroad. It was over. Me and him used to clock Street Fighter 1 in the arcade. We couldn't do the special moves, so one of us used to wiggle the joystick, the other used to mash the buttons. And fireballs, dragons, hurricane kicks, they actually did a lot of damage when they connected. So yeah, Street Fighter 2 just changed it all, man. It just changed it. Right, what's that? War Gods? Yeah, sure, we can give that a shot. Guys, try, if you can, try and write them in capitals, and they're easier to look up in chat, you know, for standing out, because I will miss some of the chat. I try and pick up on most of it. That's why when I load the game, I tend to kind of go through this. It's a bit difficult to play and look at the chat. I've essentially got 4 screens. I've got one I'm playing the MiSTer on, I've got my laptop and a monitor that's connected to the laptop, and I've got my phone a little bit close to me having a look at the chat as well. So guys, if you're just tuning in, we are celebrating Robert Pipe and the fact that the N64 call for the MiSTer has just come along so far, and all retail games are booting up and in most cases are working. And something like Force Gemini that didn't work and crashed, apparently having like a patched or a hacked version of that particular ROM works. Emmett, if you're still watching, if you're not on the Discord, if you are on Discord, come and join it, because you're always giving me ideas. I'd absolutely love it if sometimes you know, you could link me to a patch, or just an easier way to kind of chat to you off cam, because you know what, dude, you're like a tree of knowledge, man, and it would be great to obviously, if you want to, I'm only asking if obviously you're available and that's something you could do. It would be great to have you on the Discord, and just a means of communicating with you, you know, apart from doing it on the YouTube channel, because Yeah, man, you definitely, your comments definitely help out a lot on the channel, without a doubt. Raheem, if you're watching, I don't think there's N64 emulation online unless we do it over something like Parsec. But this is, yeah, it'll be interesting to even play this 2-player. I'll have to get to practice mode and actually work out what the combos are. And I can't play it on the N64 pad. I'll have to go arcade stick or the Saturn M30. Right, let's now go over to the next game, which is Extreme G1. Right, let's go to E on the keyboard. Here we go. Oh, must have skipped that. Extreme G. Here we go, Extreme G. Okay, cool, good stuff. We can try that out, Z-Force. We can try it, WWF No Mercy. No Merc. Okay. What else we have? Oh, Bomberman Hero course. Absolutely. Okay. Okay, just getting some names down. Okay, Scars as well. Okay, wicked. All right, we've got a few down. I'm gonna go. Yeah, let's get rid of this post-it. Put that up and let's go to the second post-it. Cool. Yeah, it's kind of fun. I just had no idea I was doing there, Raheem Masters, for that Mace game. Absolutely no idea. I was mashing buttons. So, and that's what I do sometimes. I guess you know, fighting games, you mash buttons. Who remembers, like I've called fighting games. Okay, let's go up here. I've called fighting games beat 'em ups, and I often call fighting games beat 'em ups because back when I remember when Street Fighter 2 came out for the SNES and it was being reviewed in all the computer magazines like Mean Machines, they kind of categorized Street Fighter as a beat 'em up, and then something like Final Fight was a beat 'em up, but it was kind of called a walking along beat or a walk along beat 'em up. So I kind of refer to that as a beat 'em up, and it annoys some people because they like calling them fighting games, and I get that, and I've kind of gone towards calling them fighting games because it is a clear differentiation between the two, you know, fighters and beat 'em ups. So that's so I've kind of gone that way, but occasionally it does slip out. I say beat 'em up because that's kind of like how I remember a lot of it, you know. If anyone in the UK, if anyone remembers Mean Machines, computer and video games, like great magazines. I was a big fan of Mean Machines. I actually follow Julian Rignall, Jazz Rignall, over on Twitter. He's always posting like, or you know, sharing a lot of stuff on Twitter about, from around that era, and a lot of like, you know, magazine pages and screenshots. I should get the Mean Machines magazines again. I'm not sure if I've got them digitally or not. I mean, I'm not too fussed about having physical copies of them or sourcing them. I'm quite happy just having, you know, something from archive.org where someone's like scanned the whole magazines and got them, and I'm reading them on something like an iPad, even though I don't have an iPad anymore. I had an iPad. I think I gave that to my mum. So my mum uses that iPad. My wife's got a tablet. I've got another tablet here actually. I need to. It's a gift for someone. I need to. Do you know what's really annoying when you get? I mean, when you, like, for example, like my neighbour, there's an elderly lady, and like she'll buy a tablet and she'll be like, "Oh, can you make it work for me?" And I'm like, "Look, you've bought like a Fire. You need an Amazon account. You need this, that, and the other." And it's just really bad because I can't explain to them that you've bought something and you need like a whole thing. So I ended up getting like another tablet for her, and she doesn't have an email, so I had to make like an email for her, which I've kept the username and password. I log in with all of that. So, you know, you end up, it's not like the old days where it's like, you know, can you set up my video recorder? You set up the video recorder, you put a cassette in, it works. So now for entertainment, you've got all this stuff and you've got to make accounts and everything for it. But you know what? I do like my neighbors. They're kind people, you know. So yeah, gotta help your neighbors where you can, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, they're nice back as well. It's not a one-way street. I have both my neighbors on both sides are nice. They're both old ladies and they're mellow and quiet. You know, that's what you want at home. You want the nice, quiet life, right? You know, hate noise, hate parties. You know, I'm an old man now. Like Guile said, go home and be a family man. That's what I did, and that's what I'm doing. Again, this game feels okay. I have to say it plays decently well, man. Like, obviously I'm not doing a good job of playing it. That's a given. But yeah, man, like, If this is something you wanted to test out and play, test it out. So anyone here on this stream that hasn't tried this core out yet, honestly, I strongly suggest that you test it out. If I haven't left a link in the description of this video, then just ask me for it in the comments and I'll update it or I'll post it. But yeah, go try it out, man. It just, I mean, a lot of games work like amazingly well. Like play N64, play like some of your childhood classics, you know. Right, I'm not going to do this race. Let's go over to the next game, which is Paper Mario. Nice. Absolutely love that game. Love the way it looks. Always love Paper Mario, man. Just Paper Mario is just amazing, right? It is just one of those games. Here we go, Paper Mario USA, and let me take a yeah, you know what, Raheem, I'm not too bad at racing games. Yeah, Mo, glad I got your request in. So I'm not too bad at racing games, but it has to be certain racing games. Like Ridge Racer I like, not Ridge Racer on the N64 though, the PSP one and the PlayStation one. But yeah, what else is there? Like some of the Need for Speed games. What was it? Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. That's like probably my favorite Need for Speed. I liked it on the 3DO. I think it was Hot Pursuit on the 3DO. Then they re-released it on like PlayStation 2, GameCube and Xbox. The PlayStation 2 version was the best because you had a button where you could turn into a fireball and run across the screen. That was missing out the GameCube and the Xbox version. The only reason I know that came out when I had the Game Shop and I tried all three versions because I really did like the game. And Midnight Club 2, yeah, do you know what, I'm really bad at games with maps, and I think Midnight Club 2 had a map if I'm not mistaken. But the new Need for Speed, when I say new, it's old, it came out on the 360, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, that's really good. I still like it now, and they released the remaster of that, so I occasionally play that as well. It's got a very good feel to it. Burnout games were amazing up until Burnout Paradise, where you had a whole city. I don't like open world racing games. I like racing games to be like arcade games. So for example, like Outrun 2 2002 Coast to Coast, absolutely love it. I'll put it on my Steam Deck, I'll play it, it runs amazingly well, it's just fantastic. So I hope more arcade games come back, and that's why I'm kind of looking forward to, someone mentioned the Sega games earlier, I think it might have been you, Kev, where we're talking about what we're talking about, the Sega game, sorry, I nearly lost my train of thought there. So Crazy Taxi looks like a lot of fun, man. I hope it's one of those games where, you know, in the arcade it just runs, and it runs really well. Yeah, sure, Mr. Chip. Let's try some video filters. Not sure how they're gonna come out, right? But we can try them. But let me have a look. So actually, that's not a bad screenshot to run it on. We've got a still image. So where is it now? I always forget where it's in. Do you know what? My MiSTer, is that on the video processing? Load preset. Oh, here we go. Is it core specific? Okay, we haven't got one for N64 or anything. So Shadow Masks, is it under there? So I end up playing this vanilla. I play the Analog Pocket more, believe it or not. Okay, so hold on. There's a way of doing scan lines somewhere. Sorry, guys. I just can't remember where most of this stuff is. Okay, so here we go, display. Oh, here we go, scan lines. Here we go, we've got some scan lines medium. Let me get back out. Okay, so there you go, there's some scan lines for you guys. Wicked. Yeah, you know what, Mo, it's all about nostalgia, dude. That's what it's about. That's why we do a lot of this stuff. It's the feelings you get when you play this stuff. It just takes you back to a better time, you know, and having a look at scan lines as well really does add to that. Like scan lines they're just amazing. Let's go to soft now. Should have started soft medium, but I've done it from order to top to bottom. So it adds to that authentic feel. Like I would recommend anyone that's playing on an LCD or an LED or a modern display, use the scan lines. Honestly, it just makes it look so good. I tend not to use them. Some of my arcade games that are streamed, like from the Steam Deck, I use some of the RetroArch ones because the guys during the stream have said, you know what, it actually looks okay. Okay, verticals is for games that are in Tate mode, so we're not going to try that. Let's have a look. So no filters. Let's go back. Okay, don't know. Okay, there you go. That we got like a dot matrix one. That would be better for like a Game Boy or something. So for a handheld one, and they do look good on a Game Boy. I like I was playing like Castlevania Circle of the Moon. So handheld color for LCD. Okay. So yeah, there's a okay. All right. Okay. So console. Let's have a look. Okay, let's just go second gen. Okay. You can kind of play about with them. There's different ways of messing around with this and getting like different effects. A friend of the channel, Retro Fonz, he's got some really good presets. He's actually, I know I've covered it previously in a video. He's actually like made presets that you can download and put in your MiSTer, and some of them look really good. Like people really do mess around with them. I don't mess around with them too much because I mainly do YouTube with my MiSTer, man. I don't play it that much without it unless someone comes around and we're playing like two-player SNK fighters or two-player Capcom fighters. That's generally when I play my MiSTer. In fact, I'm going to my friend tomorrow in Walthamstow in East London. So it's quite cool because a lot of my friends, their wives or their significant others have kind of become friends with my wife. So when I go over, my wife has a good time as well. And when they've got kids, the kids play as well. And me and like my friends, we get to play games. So I'm going to take like my second MiSTer, the one I got from Mr. Addons. I'm going to take that over because that's my portable one. I've got that one easy just to move around. And I'm going to play like I'll probably end up playing like CPS 1 and CPS 2 games with him. We play a lot of Capcom versus SNK 2, but obviously we haven't got a core for that, so I'm not going to take my laptop or anything over. I mean, I could. I can only play it via emulation. I don't actually have a Dreamcast to do that. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Chip, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. Like I said, you know, this stream's a community thing. You guys are the ones that make the channel. Like I get a lot of help from the community. You guys are always helpful in comments. So if there's anything I can do during the stream, then yeah, man, just let me know. It's just, I actually find streams quite relaxing and fun. Videos take a lot of time, man. Like I'll say it today the news video took me like the best part of 6 hours to do, man. It just took a long time, which it does sometimes. So I mean, this game just looks fabulous, man. Like what an amazing game. And in fact, let's where's the visual effects that the core has? I just forgot about those. We're using filters. I think it's put them in video and audio now. Okay, so texture filtering original, here we go. So we can turn that off. Here we go. So texture filtering off, that's what that looks like. Let's have a look at a few more. So here we go, video and audio. So let's turn that back on. Okay, I'm just gonna go through it while we're in the menu as well. So it's got original, which is nice. It's really nice the way Robert's done it. Everything's in original, so it will vary from game to game. So bilinear, and we've got gamma, de-diver. Okay. Okay, nice. Anti-alias. So you might be able to see some stuff changing on your screen over there. You can see like where it says none on the top right of the OSD. You can see like a little bit of change there when I do it. Okay, so we've got divot as well. Again, you can see some changes happening. I just leave everything on original just for kind of ease of use. I know there's probably a better way of doing stuff, but just for simplicity, I just end up leaving stuff on original, so it kind of ends up being a bit more accurate. Man, Paper Mario, just seriously, it looks so darn good, man. Okay, Mr. Okay, cool. Yeah, I hope you can, man. I hope you get it working. I hope it all works out well for you, dude, man. I hope you get a core of that. Was it Andy D? A big shout out to Andy D, man. He I think it was one of the Darius games. I'm not too familiar with him. I know of the Darius series, but I don't know of every game within the series. But he done the Mega Drive version, but he added CD sound to it. And it works on the Mega CD core on the MiSTer, and that was really good. He done the same thing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Re-Revenge, and he added like a different soundtrack to it. I actually asked him if he could add the arcade game soundtrack to it. The one that I wanted, he said, it was a little bit too tinny, so it wouldn't work, the original arcade soundtrack. But He ended up putting Turtles in Time. There wasn't enough soundtrack there, so he ended up putting Lethal Enforcers on there. Like Andy D, he's a really, really nice guy, man. Like one of the people that I met that I'm so glad that since covering the channel I met the guy. Like, you know, he's a good friend and just an all-around nice guy. And I've met a lot of really nice people, man. Like Terminator 2, obviously Video Game Esoterica, Lou from Lou's Retro Source. There's too many to name, to be honest. There's a lot of people that regularly like come on the channel and comment. People like SNK Kev, he's pretty much there all the time. You know, Raheem, a good friend of mine, someone that we kind of met from, because we both like handheld PCs, and I think we met over on like the 1X Player Discord. That's where we kind of met and spoke about stuff and done it. So there's a lot of good people that I've met on YouTube and through gaming. And honestly, what's really weird now is I'm in contact with friends I went to school with and I grew up with, and I still see some of them, but most of my friends that I'm actually hanging out with now are people that I met that when I started playing Street Fighter competitively again in like my mid to late 20s, started playing a lot of CVS2 and a lot of Third Strike. And the guys that I'm hanging out with, like regular, and the ones that I see the most are those guys. I don't know what it is. I guess, you know, the internet, I guess, brought us together. SureYouCan.com, playing on there, posting on there, Xbox Live, going to tournaments. It kind of brought everyone together. And now I feel I'm going through that same thing again with FPGA gaming. I'm meeting a lot of people that are becoming good friends. And, you know, I've met some people that I've met via YouTube. I've met them in the arcade. And chances are I'll probably meet them again. I'll probably do like another meetup where we go to an arcade. I'll do like a community post and we'll pop down there. And it's just nice to meet like-minded people. You know, when you meet each other, first thing you know is you've all got the same interests. You know, like for example, if you meet someone new, you meet someone new at work, like, you know, I've got a really good friend that I made recently who works at one of the restaurants near my work. Like, really nice guy, but he has no interest in gaming. You know, he's one of them guys that will play. He's got a PS4. He plays like God of War, and that's him for gaming. That's it. He does. They're not hardcore into gaming. They're like the casual type, you know. But at least when you meet like-minded people, yeah, you meet them while gaming. You know, well, okay, you're a nerd. I'm a nerd. We like similar games. We may have differences of opinion on other stuff, but generally we are gamers. Yeah, you know, that's what it is, TMS. Don't get me wrong. Like we still have some interests that are together, but a lot of them change. Now, a lot of them is I've been teetotal for over a decade, so a lot of my friends, like, they still get high, man, like a lot of them. So I don't go near them because all we did from like the age of 16 was get higher for like a number of years, man. That's all we did. Like, we got together and we got higher. That's what we did, you know. Alice in Chains, can't get high or you will die. But yeah, so we've done clubbing, we've done all that stuff. The only thing is quite a lot of them are still kind of stuck in that circle, you know. They're still doing that. I've seen some of them, and they age bad. So I just stay away from some of them because I feel going near them will take me back into that. Now, the ones that I still mingle with and the ones that I still meet, they don't do that, or they do that in a limited capacity where, you know, when I meet them, it's more like, okay, let's go for a coffee or let's go for a meal. We'll meet up, we'll spend half a day together or something, and that's the end of it. You know, if they're like, oh, we're meeting up for like a meal in the evening, and they'll start drinking from there, then it goes into a club, then it goes into other things. I tend to stay away from that, but that's just me. I'm not criticizing it. There's things for everyone. I've just been teetotal because I just felt my life was better being teetotal. And that doesn't work for everyone, but there are some people that overdo that stuff, man. Sorry, cause I'm just laughing at you. And yeah, man, there's medical users, dude. You know, I have to say that one of the reasons that I think my memory is bad is well, because of a lot of Mary Jane when I was younger, man. It just, I'm sure that's taken an effect, and I'm really, really paranoid because my mother, she got diagnosed. I think she's had dementia for about 5 years, but it probably got diagnosed after COVID. So like maybe a couple of years ago, it probably got diagnosed. And obviously sometimes when I forget stuff, the mind can't help thinking, you know what, like I need to be careful. Like I hope I don't get it, because you know, you see someone with dementia, guys, and you see someone that's of a normal brain just forget everything. They'll forget that they've eaten, they forget like a lot of stuff. You know, take like my mum's not staying with me at the moment. When she does stay with me, you know, she'll forget where she's going. Like I'll take her for an appointment, she'll forget where she's gone, where she's been. You know, like where I mentioned my cousin whose mother passed away recently, she kept forgetting that she passed away, and she'll ask, how's that person doing? Even though that person's like no longer with us. So I do get a little bit parrot about that stuff. But, you know, I guess what will happen, you can try and look after your health as best as you can. Right, okay, should we do the next game? Because I've got another 50 minutes, 9 o'clock, you know, I've got to be a good husband and a good daddy, and I've got to help my wife. Well, actually, my wife's going to watch a movie with my daughter, and I'm going to put the boys to bed. So let's now look at the next game, which is War Gods. Okay, I've never seen that game, so let's go down. Here we go. Never seen this game, so let's check it out. Oh, guys, I don't know if anyone's seen like the new outro for the videos that I'm using. I kind of found like a, I don't know, 8 or 16-bit version of that Rick Astley Rickroll song. What is it? Never Gonna Let You Go, Never Gonna Give You Up, whatever it's called. So I'm kind of using that with an overlay, and I absolutely love it, man. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go, man. That's the thing, Raheem, man. Like you get, like I'm known at work, so even though you know, socializing with everyone, but when they kind of go out and everything, I'm like, look, guys, it's not for me. I'm not doing it. I don't want to be. They're like, oh, you know what? You should come. You don't have to drink. You don't have to do anything. But I'm like, no, because if I go out, I'm gonna want to do all that stuff. So I just steer clear from it, man. Because you know what? This is one advice I'll give to anyone. If you've, for example, if you've indulged in things before, if you've been whatever, drinking, substances, whatever you've done, if you're gonna go around people that are doing that stuff, you're more likely to fall back into it. If you stay away from it, then well, you're not near it, especially if you've been away from it for a long time. Like I gave up cigarettes around the same time, right? So like when I stand next to people that smoke, a little scent of it still kind of feels nice, right? And I'm like, okay, I could do this again, and I can see myself just being like, hey, you know what? Yeah, one isn't gonna hurt, so I would try that. Right, so with Snack, I haven't actually really used it, to be honest. I haven't used it. I think it does work, and I think Snack's been implemented, but I don't have. I've got a Snacks with an X. I've got the MiSTer Addons one because he was actually kind enough when I got my, so when I agreed the sponsorship deal with him. In fact, I've got an interview. I'm interviewing, we're having a chat on Monday that's going to go on the channel for MiSTer Addons. But my agreement with him was 1 year of Saturday sponsorships for the new show. Only one show, nothing else on the channel. Anything else I do because I like the guy. But the agreement I had was Saturday at the beginning of the weekly news roundup, I'll give MiSTer Addons a shout. And what I wanted was a dual RAM setup. And the reason that I wanted the dual RAM setup was because a while ago, Track17 put in a tweet, and I know many people kind of reacted to that as well. And many people were a bit upset about it. Me personally, I'm not upset about it because, hey, it got me a sponsorship deal. It got me an additional travel MiSTer. So there was when he put a tweet out saying all Midway cores will use dual RAM, and I was like, okay, I need a dual RAM setup. I don't want to adjust my current single RAM setup. I want to use that. So that's when I started looking for a sponsor. So I got the sponsor, and my agreement was just to get a dual RAM setup. But MiSTer Addons was actually kind enough. I didn't ask him, but he ended up putting a whole bunch of other stuff in there. So I got like a whole bunch of snack adapters. I got the reflex adapters and everything. So I got all that stuff in there, but yeah, I started using them, and I had some old controllers. I went and bought some other. I went and bought a Mega Drive and a SNES controller, and guys, I really liked it. Like, I can't believe how good it is. Oh no, in fact, sorry. The reason that I got it was because MiSTer Addons told me I could use the Joy-Con controller with directional shoot, and I said, okay, cool, I'll take them. So he kind of sent those as a little freebie, and that's why I like the guy. You know, like, there's no pressure, there's no nothing. It's very informal, the deal we've got, and he's a really nice guy. Sorry, going to read some comments before I start the game and chat a little bit. Okay, no, thanks, Emmett. Appreciate your input there. So, Ziggurat, are you messing with NFC tags? Okay, so Wizzo, he's a friend of mine, and Wizzo actually sent me an NFC tag and some NFC cards. And I've got a department at work where they do access cards, friendly with the guys. So I told him, look, can you print me a bunch of cards? So they ended up printing me like 25, 30 cards. All I did was rip Google Images for like game logos like Bubble Bobble, Outzone, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, etc., etc. And they printed those on those cards for me. But you know what, guys? I'm just so crap at setting it up. I need to sit down. I might get Wizzo to kind of give me a hand with it and actually set them up. Like I said to Wizzo, look, I don't have a use case for it because honestly, guys, I'm in the corner of like my bedroom doing this stuff. If I had an arcade machine or I had stuff where I would use it, it would be cool, but I'm not going to use it. But you know, Wizzo was just like, look, you know, I want to send this to you, like, and I couldn't refuse the gift. He's a really nice guy, and you know, he kept asking me if I wanted anything added into the app, and I was like, look, I can't see myself using it. I don't have a use case for it. I like it, but I don't really have a use for it. And that's like with a lot of things. I can like a lot of things. Like I like the Retro Tink 4K, but I have no use for it. It's not something I will get, at least not at this moment in time. But for those that are going to use it, I see it as a good thing. But I couldn't, I initially tried setting it up, and I didn't set it up. I had about an hour to kind of do it in, so I didn't do it. But I'm going to give that another look because I have got the NFC card here. I've got a whole bunch of cards made up, and Wizzo was kind enough to give me a reader for free, you know. So I would like to check it out. I would like to do a video on the NFC reader as well, just hey, you know what, I think it'll make an interesting video. Right, let's give this a quick blast. What's Cigarette saying? Okay, yeah, no worries, man, no worries, Iggy. Are you, if you're, have I got you on Discord? Are you with the same name? If not, like, just send me a message. It will come through if we're on mutual servers. If not, just join my Discord and send me a message on there. I don't know when I'll get a chance to do it, but yeah, when I do, man, that'll be awesome. I don't like disturbing people more than usual. Wizzo's cool. Wizzo said, you know, give me a shout if you need a hand or anything. But if you're offering, you know, it'll give Wizzo more chance to actually work on other stuff. Like, I'm really impressed with what he's done for the Analog Pocket and the fact that you can back up your Analog Pocket onto oh, wicked. All right, yep, no worries. I'll find you. I'll send you a message later, or just send me one if you're in front of your PC now. Just send me a message and I'll check it after the stream. Yes, I really like that he's added that you know, the backup for the Analog Pocket. Honestly, Wizzo's very, very talented. I can see that becoming like a two-way thing. Like, so I play the MiSTer when I want to play on TV. Analog Pocket is a handheld for me. Like, there's a lot of people that don't have a MiSTer, and I always say, like, if you've got the Analog Pocket, get the dock, because it's almost like a FPGA switch, isn't it? You know, you play it in your hand, you put it in the dock, and you're playing now like docked FPGA. We've got limited options compared to the MiSTer, but it's there. But what really would be nice is if you've got the same save on your Analog Pocket and you're carrying that over to your MiSTer, so you can, I mean, that's a solution that will work for a lot of people. It's not something I may not necessarily use it. I generally play arcade games and just quick play games. That's a lot of the stuff I'm playing now, with the exception of wicked, yeah, Zagreb, you're in the extended the MiSTer extension server as well. Wicked, good to know, good to know. Yeah, so with the exception of like GTA 5, I've kind of always wanted to play that game, and I've kind of I've put it on my Steam Deck now. I actually bought it the other day, even though I've already got it on Epic and Rockstar, when Epic gave it away for free and it crashed them. Okay, let's look at that. Okay, let's quickly have a look at all the characters. Okay, this game is whack. Right, okay, Kabuki. Does anyone watch any Trauma movies? You know, like Toxic Avenger movies. They've got a movie called Kabuki Man. And guys, it is excellent. It's so budget, but it is just so amazing at the same time. Like, I absolutely love it. Okay, done a fireball there. Okay. Can I kick him? Can I ring out him? No? It rang out. Okay, cool. Man, you know what? Like, I don't know, Jay Walker. I don't think it's available via update at all. I can imagine it happening soon, but certainly not now. At least not as far as I know. I don't think it's there. You know what? People don't actually see the Nintendo 64 as a console with a lot of fighters on there. But man, there's a lot of fighters on this thing, man. There's a lot of fighters, more than people like really know about. Okay, I got zapped up. Right, that's it for this game. Let's go to the next one. Someone asked for WWF No Mercy. Hopefully that can let me do a computer versus computer match, because that's a good time to chill and chat as well. So oh, there's a beta of that as well. Let's just run the normal version then. WWF No Mercy. Let me take a drink a little sip of my Monster. Okay, so Jimin yeah, all of it works. All the games boot up at least. Some may work better than others. I do, yeah. So Raheem Masters, in regard to running stuff off my MiSTer, there's different ways of running it. A lot of people do it over the network. I don't. I just have a micro SD card because it gets all my 8 and 16-bit and arcade games on there. When it comes to larger games like PlayStation and PC Engine CD and Mega CD, I kind of pick and choose what I want on there. I don't want all of those on there. Like, for me, it's arcade games #1, man. Arcade games #1. Sorry, Emmett, I just saw you type Monster. Good choice. You know what? That's a drink. I was just thinking of Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm looking forward to that, man. I really like Monster Hunter World. I've not played that for a long time. I feel like when Monster Hunter Wild comes out in 2025, I feel like I'll stream that, you know. I feel like I'll want to play that, maybe on Twitch or something. Cuckoo, thank you, man. Amazing interview with Hotego. Yeah, man, Hotego is an amazing guy, man. I'll let you know a little fun fact about that, right? Okay, so Jiminbo, I'm using the N64 NSO online controller via Bluetooth. Now, there might be a little bit of latency there, but honestly, whatever's there, it's not affecting my gameplay. Like, I find it all right, given that most of the games are 3D. I only feel latency on 2D games I know really well. So a fun fact, with Hotego, I discussed with him, or we spoke, and we were supposed to do the interview after the Neo Geo Pocket Core was released. And it was supposed to be released at one point. Hotego gave a release date for it, which was okay. Oh, computer, can we do, come on, do CPU versus CPU. 1 second. Oh man, oh, watch, here we go. What? Looking for CPU, right? Let's just do raw is war. I don't know this. I'll get back to that Hotego thing in a second. If I lose my trail of thought, just type in block capitals Hotego story. Right, okay, let's just press start. Okay, Rock can go in there, he can go in here, he can go in here, and Mankind can get in here. All right. Okay, so we're speaking to Hotego, and I said to Hotego, you know, can I get you onto the channel for an interview? And right, okay, let me write her down, Harvest Moon as well, H Moon. Okay, so I said to Hotego, can we get you on for an interview? And Hotego said yes. Let me get the Neo Geo Pocket Core done, and after that we'll schedule an interview. So from what I remember, I think the release date for the core at one point where Hotego said it will be ready on like June the 8th, or like a certain day in June anyway. And what happened is obviously the bug that they couldn't get rid of, and they moved on to other stuff in between. So what happened was it got delayed, and then I spoke to Hotego months later, and I said, look, can we do the interview, you know? And obviously with that in mind, obviously the Neo Geo Pocket Core hadn't been released, but there was delays there. We ended up, I think I need to turn the sound down for this. It feels like it's a bit loud. So yeah, so it was really good to get that. It was really good to get that call done, guys. Sorry, it was really good to get that interview done with Hotego. Like, honestly, absolute gentleman, just a really nice guy, very polite, very professional, and like a lot of people since doing the channel, like Hotego's been nothing but kind to me since I've done it. You know, same with Robert Pipe and a lot of other developers out there. Like, I mean, I started doing this stuff a year and a half ago. I just literally popped up randomly. I thought I got the MiSTer, and I was doing different kind of stuff on YouTube, and then it came, and everyone's just been like really kind, or the vast majority of people have been really kind and really polite. And you know, I can't say anything negative about Hotego. The guy is amazing, man. Absolutely love his work, and I always say that his calls are the reason I got into MiSTer. Seeing CPS2, playing it around my friend's house, and going like, okay, wow, yeah, wow, like amazing, absolutely amazed by it. Yeah, sorry, Z Force FFC, I see watch. You know what? I was actually, even though watch was written there, I was looking for CPU versus CPU plus CPU instead of just watch, which was written there blatantly. Oh, excellent. Okay. I've spoken to Antonio. Have I spoken to Antonio Valena? No, I don't think I have. No, I've covered some of his stuff on the channel before because I like his stuff. I like some of the stuff that he sells. I think it looks nice. I think it's very, very nice, in fact. But yeah, man, like, yeah, I'll tell you, amazing at what he does. I mean, his attention to detail is just next level, you know. Like when he was in the interview, when he was saying, you know, there's certain ways you can go about things. Might be that, but it bugs him. He wants to make sure it's absolutely cycle accurate. You could tell him something about a core and say, look, I'm comparing it against my PCB and here's the difference, and he will look into it and want to fix it. And he holds himself to such a high standard, and it's the same thing with like Robert. These guys hold themselves to such a high standard, you know, like if there's a bug or anything down the line, it's yeah, they're gonna squash that bug, right? They're gonna do it. I mean, with the Neo Geo Pocket now, it's a new approach in how they're gonna tackle the issue, and I'm really looking forward to how that develops. I'll make sure I update you guys in like the weekly videos and everything. But yeah, looking forward to that. Okay, Vash, that's interesting to know. Yeah, my first MiSTer, I bought the DE10 Nano. Then my friend that set me up with my MiSTer, he got me all the parts from Mr. FPGA.co.uk. That's where he got all the stuff from. He dealt with a guy before. I've never personally spoke to the guy or dealt with him, but my friend ordered me all the parts from him, and he spoke very highly of him. He said the guy's good. He's ordered off him before, so I ordered. He ordered all the parts for me. I put it all together. He put it all together for me, and I absolutely loved it. My second MiSTer, like I say, I got it from Mr. Addons as part of that sponsorship deal, and it's a dual RAM one, and I like it. I really like the aluminium case, man. Some people say it gets hot, but I've done like a Saturn video where I ran Saturn games non-stop for like 2 hours while doing the video, and you know what? Like, okay, it gets hot, but it's not like you touch it and your hand burns or it's uncomfortable. It's the heat is absolutely adequate. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like when I've been holding like these handheld PCs that I've had, the early ones used to heat up quite a bit. It doesn't even get as hot as that. Ah, wicked. What's that? Sorry, what's that? Cook of the crowdfund? I've kind of lost what that was on about. Okay. Do you know, I am actually, like, so in the Hotego interview, for those guys that are interested in CPS3, I'm very, very much interested in there. And Hotego mentioned there's another company in Ireland, Cork, where they decap and they decap a lot of custom chips, and they do a lot of the works that's required to get the CPS3 core up and running. So I don't know if something can be done about that. I'm kind of thinking if there's a way of doing it, if there's something that maybe Hotego can kind of look into, and maybe the community can get behind it and get something. It's just ideas floating around in my head at the moment. Maybe I'll discuss something with Hotego down the line, because I really would like to get CPS3, and if it means outsourcing some of the work in order to get the core a little bit quicker, maybe that's a possibility. I'm not trying to jump the gun here or anything. It's Hotego who's working on the core. It's ultimately down to him, but him saying that, you know, getting another company involved and getting them to look at the board and do the work, maybe that's not going to sit right with Capcom. So maybe if there's no implications to it and something can happen, you know, maybe myself on the channel, combined with Hotego and an outside company doing some of the work, maybe we can get CPS3 out there somewhere, you know, which will be awesome. Yo! Dodo, never quite sure how to say it. I ordered a Mr. Cade kit like yesterday. I don't currently have anything to put it in. No jammer cab. Okay, no jammer cab, but I hope to have one someday. Awesome stuff, man. Yeah, Mr. Cade, if I had the space, right, my dream would be to have like the Versus City set up. So a Mr. Cade in there, two arcade cabinets. I wouldn't put them back to back, because if I'm playing with my friends and they're coming around, I'd want them side by side. You know, back to back arcades are amazing because you don't know who you're playing in the arcade. You know, you think you're playing someone good, you're playing someone not so good, or sometimes you think you're playing someone that's not great, and it ends up being like the best guy in the arcade, and you end up getting a win. It's a great feeling. Well, look, guys, let's move on to the next game. So WWF No Mercy is decent. Bomberman Hero is next. How much time we got? Okay, we've got about 30 minutes left before I have to go home and be a family man. I remember saying I am at home, so but I'll need to go home and I'll need to put the boys to bed. So awesome stuff. Right, Bomberman, where are you, Bomberman? Bomberman, which one was it again? Bomberman. Oh, it's Bomberman Hero. Okay, sometimes my writing's so bad when I'm writing it quick. I was thinking it was Bomberman 64. Okay, so let's do Bomberman Hero. Here we go. Wicked. What else have we got here? Right. Okay. Yeah, no, I get that, Jay Walker. Yeah, it doesn't want to make too much waves. After that, I was just thinking, is there a way that we can kind of get it done? And maybe if there is somewhere along the line, maybe there's a way, you know, it can be separately funded away from the Patreon to kind of get that done. If it's not going to cause too much waves, and it might just be an option. Obviously, this is just me thinking aloud here, so I don't want to speak for any developer. I don't want to speak for what Ortego does. But after that interview, it did really get me thinking about it, and I was thinking, okay, maybe this is something that can be done, because, you know, maybe I speak to the UK Third Strike community. I haven't been around to the arcade for a long time, but I am in contact with the main guy. He's a friend, a guy called David Tamraz. Really nice guy, really good Yang player. To be honest, he plays good with most of the characters. So maybe, you know, between the communities, something can be done to get us CPS free. Because hey man, like, I'm a big Capcom fan. Like, I don't even hide it. I'll love it, man. CPS 1, CPS 2, some of my favorite games, and the dream is to have CPS free. I mean, the state the MiSTer is in right now, honestly, if we never got another call for it, guys, legit, I'll tell you, I'll be happy. I'm happy with everything the MiSTer has so far, right? It's extremely good value for money. Whatever I play on it, I just absolutely love it on there. So I'm happy with it. But for me, CPS free would be that cherry on top, you know? Like, for a lot of people, what the Nintendo 64 is. Like, I like the Nintendo 64. Like, I played it. I played a lot of multiplayer games on there. Like, I love it, right? But for me, the pinnacle, like my pinnacle would be CPS free. I mean, I'd love to get Naomi, but hey, you know, we hear Naomi can't happen on this, and that's something maybe can happen in Mars, right? So if it happens on Mars, like down the line, cool. Like, maybe we can check that out, right? Okay, let's just chuck bombs around. And that's one of the things, that's one of the main things I'm looking forward to on Mars. You know, I hope the Mars team can deliver on everything. You know, all the teasers, everything that they've put out. I mean, they've got a great team. You know, Fixels worked on like the Naomi stuff. Who else is on there? They've got Todd Gill doing like case designs. They've got Darren Track 17, Promod. And they've got Mike Chi, who I imagine is doing like screen filters. So they've got a good team. But let's hope, you know, they can deliver on that. Like I said, with everything, I'm always optimistic. I always like to think the glass is half full. But at the same time, I'm always skeptical as well, and that goes for any project as well. There's another project, the Replay 2, from someone called Mike J, who like I said, I haven't been in this space for a long time, but when I was looking into that, everyone spoke very highly of Mike J. They said the guy has been around for a long time. I went over to his Discord. I spoke to the guy myself as well. Really nice guy, and you know, the FPGA they're working on, I hope that becomes a reality as well, right? The more we get, the better we get. But like, history usually shows that it's usually one thing that usually dominates, right? So if we go back, we're gonna go back old school here now. If we go back to VHS and Betamax, Betamax was actually the better machine, but VHS is what was adapted. So I wonder what will get adapted. The better machine, the more powerful machine. Will there be multiple machines out there? Will there be multiple FPGAs out there? Especially if they can run like similar cores, right? What do I do here? So it'll be interesting. Like 2024 is going to be interesting, guys. It's going to be interesting to see what Mars deliver upon. It's going to be interesting to see what Replay 2 deliver upon. It's going to be super interesting to see what Analog and the 3D okay, cool. What Analog will deliver with the 3D, because look, competition is happening out there. So are you going to want to buy the Analog 3D if you've got the MiSTer doing this N64 core in the way it is. You know, Analog are going to offer more features, like they're going to offer, there's going to be like different upscaling in there, there's going to be a few different options. But are you going to be able to run additional cores on there? So 2024 it's going to be very, very interesting. And FPGA gaming, it's a growing space, guys. So I mean, I really hope the space grows, because with it, chances are my channel is going to grow. And like, guys, I get like every month I get between like 200 and 250 pounds ad revenue. I kind of need to do, I think in January, like a self-assessment and pay whatever taxes. But I think since I got monetized in April, I've earned like maybe 1600 pounds. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I would like a better quality of life. I would like to kind of 10x that, you know. If I can get like 2,000 pounds a month, that would significantly improve my life and the life of my family. So if FPGA gaming grows, I've got more content to cover, I'm getting more revenue from YouTube. No complaints from me, guys. Like, I would welcome that. But it's definitely going to be very, very interesting what happens, you know. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with my phone. It's like the chat's frozen on my phone. I was reading that because it's easy. I've got to look at the chat up there. My chat's frozen on Isawaddle's chat. So let's boot up another game. What's next? There's a game, someone asked for Scars, right? I think it was like S.C.A.R.S. Let's have a look at that. Again, not a game I am familiar with. Oh, here we are. Okay, Scars. Was there a music type called Scars or a band called Scars? Can't quite remember. All right. Right, just going to read some of the comments while that boots up, guys. Yo, PB, did you try out the game Delta Squared that I sent you? I've actually made a 64 star. Okay, interesting. PB, I haven't, man. I haven't. I'm really, really sorry. I've just been busy with this kind of stuff. I'll try and get around to it and have a look at it. Yeah, it will be interesting, because I did like your first game in the style of a Game Boy. So PB, this the one that you sent me, was it a 64 star one, or was it like a 16-bit star one, moving on from the Game Boy one? Like I said, I'm really, really sorry. I'm not trying to neglect or anything here. Saturday is always the day that I'll do the weekly news video. That takes priority over everything else. Yeah, it's just been other stuff. Like Analog did a new announcement. There was a whole bunch of stuff that I kind of had to cover for the channel that I generally cover, but I will like to check out your game. Not sure if I'll do a video on it or anything. Ah, wicked, it was a GBA star one. Thank you, PB. I'm not sure if I'll do a video on it. Maybe I'll mention it in one of the news videos. Actually, would have been good to mention it in this week's news video. If you don't mind, if you're near your PC, just send me another message. So when I finish this, I can add it to my notes for next week's news video. So even if I haven't checked it out by then, if I put it in my notes for next Saturday's news video, I'll give it a mention anyway, because you're one of the guys that when I just started and I was on like 50, 60, I don't know, even 100 subscribers, and I contacted you, you gave me a copy of your game to try out. So I do appreciate that, dude, and I would like to cover your new game, even if I only cover it in a news video, to give it, you know, to get it noticed a little bit more. Okay, so this saying, Scars, guys, I'm just getting a black screen here. Let me spam the start button. Nah, okay, cool. Not getting much here. So let's move on to the next one, guys, which is Harvest Moon. Again, a game about farming. Not really my thing, guys. Not really my thing, but I know a lot of people like it. I guess it'll be therapeutic and relaxing. Like, personally, I like playing this stuff. Let me get rid of chat quickly and put chat back on my phone. Hopefully it'll refresh. Yeah, I would rather play games like that on oh, here we go. Cool. Yeah, I'd rather play games like this. If I was to play something like this, I'd like to play it on my phone. You know, like Animal Crossing. I'll never play it again. Never again. But when I did play it, I really enjoyed it on the DS. It's just, I enjoyed it a bit too much, and then I realised, man, I like arcade games. Like, I don't like games where I'm digging out weeds. I've got a garden. I should just dig out weeds in there, right? Yeah, so that was that was that. Never again. My daughter, she's got Animal Crossing for the Switch. In fact, she's got the Switch Lite, and it's the color of it's like a limited, I don't know if it's a limited edition, but the color, it came with like Animal Crossing. That's the game that she wanted, so she plays that sometimes, man. Let's just get into the game and pluck a couple of plants, and let's do it. Right. Let's just call it ABC Ranch. Okay, so we can try Xeno Crisis. Let's try Xeno Crisis next because I haven't got anything else on the list. So we'll try that. I have got it on here. So originally when I showed it in a video, I think it was Terminator 2K2 that got me the footage because I was unable to get it to work. But I think Andy said you turn off one of the visual options. You turn off one of the visual options or you mess around with one of the options out there, man, and it works. Okay, is that for if they okay? So, quartz. I think you need the Neo Geo ROM twizzles on it. Okay, imagine. And look for a job, yeah. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. Yeah, you know what? Harvest Moon games are big though. I know people like these, man. Wow. Okay. I'll tell you what, these games are relaxing though, aren't they? They're chill games, aren't they? I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen in here, right? So maybe some bad weather whacks out your crops or something, or I don't know, someone nicks a turnip from you. Is that what happens? I have no idea. But definitely relaxing. I mean, I'm feeling relaxed already, man. It's feeling good. You know, I don't even want to read this. I've done this as a request because someone wanted to see it. We'll pluck out one plant. It's going to show me around. In the meantime, I'll take a sip of my MiSTer. Is that a game, Knife Edge? I'm going to write it down. We'll look for it. Yeah, you know what, Animal Crossing, yeah, definitely a huge hit, man. Can't deny that, man. I mean, I see it's a good game. It's a good game. It's just not like, you know what it is when I play that game, I thought to myself, what the hell am I doing? And I was still curious because I didn't play it for like 6 or 7 years on a DS, and I was like, let me go back to my village and turn it back on. It was full of weeds and I got told off by someone because I stood them up on a date like half a decade ago. I can see what the fascination is and everything, but I just feel like if I'm going to game, I want to kill something, you know, I want to race something. I want to punch something in the head. I just want something like that in there. And I'm not saying no to the only games that I like, but I'm just trying to give extreme examples here. You know, I want to shoot something, you know, I want to do something like that. I don't want to make friends, and when I don't turn up, they're all upset at me. And when I don't save, I don't want a mole coming out and telling me off that I need to save it and yada yada yada. I do get it though, you know, like a lot of like old people play that game. Like you get like lonely people that will play that game as well. So there's a lot of benefits in that game, and I appreciate what the game offers, but definitely not for me. Right, Dual Heroes as well. Let's put that in there. So guys, just going to say, if you do remember, try and write your games in block capitals. I think I am picking up the vast majority of them, but just in case I miss anything. Yeah. Yeah, Femland, I like that. I like that. Yes, okay too. There's nothing wrong with being a manly gamer. No, that's all good, bud. That's all good. What do my kids play? What do my boys play? My boys, they've gotten back into Rocket League now, man. They're watching like YouTube videos on tactics, and I kind of like it. I'm like, okay, cool, you're doing that. But you know, they're really good at their studies, man. Like my wife's responsible for that. Like she really works on their studies, and they do really well in school. So you know, like they've got 2 non-electronic days, which if I remember correctly is Tuesday and Thursday. Tuesday and Thursday, there's no electronics. Like after school, when they do their work, they can play board games, they can read, they can play with physical toys. But the other days, they get an hour a day on school days. On a weekend, on Saturday, they'll get a little bit of a day. They used to go Saturday school, but I need to work out another one. They're not going there at the moment. So on Sunday, it's do whatever you want day. You can I mean, we're not going to let them play all games like non-stop all day. But for example, they can play for like 2 hours or something, and then they can take a break. whatever, do something, have a snack, pop out, and then they can come back and play again. So they might get like 6 hours of gaming on a Sunday, but definitely with breaks and stuff in between. But yeah, they've been playing, the boys have been playing, yeah, they've been playing Rocket League, man. And my daughter's gotten into, what's that shooter called now, man? It's 3 versus 3, Apex Legends. Yeah, she's been getting into Apex Legends, which I tried to get into, but I couldn't. But I do like Titanfall, and when you're moving around in that, it does feel like Titanfall. But yeah, she's getting pwned on that. She used to play Knockout City, that kind of dodgeball game. And they kind of closed the servers for that, but which was kind of inevitable because you could see it wasn't that popular. All right, guys, I'm getting rid of the weeds. Oh, and the stone while I'm at it. Oh, okay, cool. So I can only get rid of them in here. Right, okay. You know what? Let's do Xeno Crisis. I can't hack these games too much, man. So let's go. So let's go all the way to the top, and let's go to hacks and homebrew, all the way to the bottom. Now Xeno Crisis. Let's see what happens. It may not run. But let's see what happens. Andy D, if you're around, if you're watching, let me know how to get this to work, yeah? Oh, wicked. All right, yeah, PB. Yeah, just drop me a message, man. And because what I'll do is I'll make sure that I add your game to my notes. So during the week, I take notes, and on the weekend, I go through those notes and I put them in a video. And I'll definitely give you a game a mention. It's unlikely I'll do a dedicated video on there. But I'll give it a mention in the weekly news video. I'll give it like a little segment because you know what? Like I said, you're cool, man. And even if I have a bad memory and I forget, like if you remind me and you come back on, I remember you were good to me when I was a small channel. And I'm still a small channel, but when I was a lot smaller, and I appreciate, you know, you hooking me up with that game then. So let's do that. So let's, so what, does anyone know, guys, Xeno Crisis had to get it to work with the controller and a D-pad and joystick? Well, we'll find out if we get it working. So let's go into, is it in a debug? Oh, man. Okay. Instruction cache off. I hope there's a way to default everything and that I don't mash it. So let's give it a reset. There's something that gets it to work. Was that it? It looks a little bit slow. Is that just how it came up? Okay, so it kind of froze there on that logo last time. Is it freezing again now? Oh man. Terminator 2K2, Andy D, one of you guys, if you're around, let me know what to do. Okay, so debug settings. Okay, so let's turn that back on. Oh, I think it might be this, you know, data cache off. I get a feeling it was that. Oh, okay. That looked promising. That logo kind of started quick. Let's give it a second, see if it goes into game. It kind of rang a bell, you know, when I looked at it. Okay, yeah, do you know what? I liked your Game Boy game, man. It was a lot of fun. What, it was the one where it was a triangles versus the evil squares, wasn't it? You had a triangle and all the squares, and then you're shooting them. The story on it was very, very original, man. Feel free to post a link in the chat if anyone wants to check out your game, man. They can. I'm not sure if YouTube automatically removes them. I've kind of got moderation set to basic, but YouTube can be a little bit weird. One game by Christmas. I like that. Okay, right, so it wasn't that. What was it? No, getting into the wrong thing here. Right, let's go debug menu. Data cache on. Oh, okay, so. Let's give it a reset. Nope, not that one. That's crashed straight away there. Okay, okay, let's turn that back on. Maybe this one. Okay, data force WB. I have to kind of remember what I turn off. Like, nope, we haven't even got the logo that time. There is a way of getting it to work, man. There is a way. I had the footage before, but a buddy of mine hooked me up with that. I remember. So off. Actually, I don't know which one it was, man. Right, okay, guys, does anyone know how to get Xeno Crisis to work? System settings, auto detect, RAM size, what we... Okay, no. Oh, man. Bugging me. Which one? Just new. Okay, so video and audio, was there anything in here? Nope, nothing in here. Okay, so we went down here. Okay, DTLB cache. Let's try that. Nope. No, it can't be there. Right, Z off. Was it that one? I'm trying to kind of get my memory jogged here. Okay, that. Oh, hold on. Ah, look at that. I kind of got happy there. We're getting a little bit further in that. Oh, okay. Hey, RGW Panda, how you doing, man? Guys, check out RGW Panda. She's got she twitches on stream and she twitches a lot of retro stuff and a lot of N64 stuff. Welcome to the stream, RGW Panda. Scroll to Goldman Great Adventure. Play that. Okay, that's a good solution. I might try that after, right? That might be the solution. But for now, RGW Panda, if you know how to get this working, let me know. Ooh, what did I swap? Oh, right, Z. Okay, read Z. Let's try read Z. Nope. Okay, so this is vanilla settings now. What's going to happen? Always welcome, RGW Panda, and thank you for all the pings, you know, all the information that you kind of shared when you're discovering stuff on new games, which made stuff easier for me making videos and whatnot. So always appreciated. I just don't know how to get this to work, man. Okay, if you don't have an idea, what hope is there for me, right? Right, video. Let's go back into debug settings. We tried fast frame axis on, did I? Okay, let's have a look. Fast frame axis on. Don't know if we've done that already or not. Let's try it. Just sounds good, doesn't it? Fast RAM. It's gonna be faster. Come on, don't crash out on me, man. We want some Xeno Crisis. But instead we're just getting a crisis. That one sounded like poetry there. Okay, I don't know what else to try, guys. Right, let's go do that fast RAM access off. We've messed around with all of that. Okay, cache delay. No, it wasn't. I wonder what it was. I wonder if it was one of these settings here. I'm just trying to think. Okay, let's have a look. Stereo, aspect ratio, original, text filter. Nope. Nah, guys, I'm really sorry. Couldn't work that out. What we got next? Okay, we have got knife edge. If anyone knows what the settings are and how to change it, then by all means do let me know and we'll have a look. In fact, let's do one more reset while we load up another game to see where that goes. Next was knife edge. Okay. What time? Oh, 8 more minutes, guys. 8 more minutes, and then yep, gonna have to call it a night. Okay. See, that's where the keyboard went a bit funny. Oh, that's why I'm not in. I'm in the right folder. Wondering why it wasn't getting to knife edge. Right. Okay. Here we go. We want the USA version. No, Europe, Japan, USA. Okay, knife edge, a game I'm not familiar with, to be honest. It's a shame. It really would have been nice to see. It really would have been nice to see Xeno Crisis. What's RGW Panda V8 core? Oh, Vigilante 8 core, yeah? Is that what you're saying? Oh, Virtual Boy core. Okay, sorry. Well, guys, there's a Virtual Boy core which Mazamars, or some of you may know with Ultra FP64. So he announced that he's working on that for the Analog Pocket. I'm pretty sure a while back now, and in turn, that could mean that it could come out for the MiSTer as well. So there may be a Virtual Boy core. I mean, someone else might be working on it for the MiSTer, or something might happen with it. I mean, I kind of like the Virtual Boy. I never put the helm, you know, the headset on and tried it out or anything, but yeah, it would be. I've tried it like in 2D, and I like those red kind of pinbally graphics. Reminds me of the analog filter, the analog pocket filter, you know, the red one, which I really do like. Some games look really nice with that. Okay, so this is knife edge. Where's the easy mode? Yeah, we do easy mode because we are bad at games. Okay, wow. Okay. Oh wow, that is fast, but the controls up and down, man. So not used to inverted. This was the, okay, so this is interesting. This is let me invert controls, please. Where's the, okay, this weapon. Ah, let me invert controls, man. No, there's no choice. There's no. No, okay. Yeah, it's just weird. I mean, I can play games where you're flying and the controls are inverted. To be honest, I prefer those. Like playing Rogue Squadron, and it's kind of got me on there. I've been actually playing a little bit of Rogue Squadron on my Steam Deck, the PC version. Surprisingly, it's very, very good as well. But this is a good game, man. Do you know what I really like on rails shooters? What's the Star Wars one? Was it Rebel Assault or something? There's one on the Mega CD. I kind of like that as well. It's a bit janky, but it's Star Wars. But I kind of wish up was up when I'm shooting stuff, you know. It's my brain's too confused playing this. But this is a good darn game, man. I would have definitely 150% liked this game. Just kind of wish it let me change the controls. I mean, what I could do is I could go and configure up to down and down to up, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to kind of go through this game. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so the right shoulder centers the button. Trying to see if there's any other. It's a fast-moving game, man, and the frame rate looks decent-ish in this. So it's not 60 FPS by any means. I mean, I could turn the frame rate off. I kind of prefer having it off only for the reason that I end up just looking at the frames per second all the time. You know, when you're setting something up on a Steam Deck and you're like, is this going to run at 60, 40, or 30? I have to say, on a Steam Deck, it has to be, if I'm playing a modern PC game, it has to be 40 FPS minimum. If it can't do 40, then I'm not going to play it. I'll just stay away from it. 60 would be ideal, obviously, but I appreciate not all new games are going to run at that speed. Guys, this game's good. This game's good. I like it. I would have to change the controls though. Right, let's move on to the next one because time is definitely of an essence now. I've got about 4 minutes. I'll try and finish on time because you know what? Like I say, my wife is cool. She lets me get away with a lot of this stuff. So I don't want to make the boss mad. Right, let's go to Dual Heroes. That was one of the games that was mentioned. And we can certainly have a look at that. And that might be the last game. Dual Heroes. Yo, guys, we've got Philae in the house. Does any of the other non-paid? Do you know, I haven't really tried too many of them. You know, we haven't actually gone to the 64DD folder today, Philae. And guys, Philae does Philae does some streaming as well. He does a lot of MiSTer FPGA streaming, and he's generally good at games. He does some Tetris game. I watch him play sometimes. So give him a shout, give him a little check out, man. Also check out RGW Panda over on Twitch, and check out where's the name gone now? PBMN Love. They make some like Windows-based games that are quite interesting, based on like older kind of hardware. Who else is there to give? Oh, Nico Clem that popped in here. Give him a follow as well. A French-speaking MiSTer News channel, very good. A lot of good people here. I appreciate everyone dropping by, man. Really appreciate it. And no problem, Philae, man. Top guy. Right, okay, let's give this a little go. If it can do a computer versus computer, we'll rock with that. I doubt. Has it got so okay, story versus VR versus 2-player robot. What the hell's robot? Let's go to the robot option. If there's something wrong, we'll go there. I'm wondering whether it's going to be like, you know, a robot versus a robot here. Kind of like this Power Ranger kind of stuff, man. Again, like the N64 is not known for fighting games, but it's got a lot of fighting games on there, guys. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh, robot means all right. I'm in training mode. All right. Okay. So see, this one here, D-pad does nothing. You have to play this on the analog stick. I don't understand why it's a fighting game. Why not give the controls to both? I know we can just swap that over. In fact, I can. Let's have a look at that option here. We'll have a look at the option and analog swap stick. Let's do that on. Oops. Okay, let's I forget sometimes you need to press the button. I've got to remember to change that after. Oh, okay. See, so no, okay, why is that not? Okay, the analog stick hasn't worked too well. It hasn't. Now I haven't got controlling either. Okay, that's something a little bit weird. I've swapped that over, but it hasn't swapped over to the D-pad. So let's go back. Okay, we're back on the analog stick. So okay, so there's a block button here. Interesting. Got a whole bunch of fighting games. All right, cool. Do you know what? As we end it, let's put on a game. I wonder what N64 game has a good kind of intro that we can just kind of watch. We'll Oh, no one asked for Conkers. Okay, that was interesting. I thought that's a game someone definitely would have asked for. Hopefully F-Zero has a good intro. Let's hope it does. Gauntlet Legends was another new one. Okay, let's do Fighters Destiny. That's actually a good game, man. That's actually a good fighting game. I have to say that was a fun game. Right, let this boot up and let's kind of go into and end it. Absolutely love it, man. This thing that the community have done, like the database that kind of checks stuff. Blitzer, oh, okay. All right, we've added this now. Let's see what the intro's like. You know what? All right, you know, since you've requested it, we'll do that, and that's what we'll kind of end on. We'll do WWF No, what was it? WWF No Mercy intro. No problem. Let's do that. WWF No Mercy. Oh, that's attitude. WWF No Mercy. Here you go. So that's going to be the finale, and that's where we are going to end. Dig, 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 diggity dog. Okay, cool. But yeah, guys, it's been a fun stream. Just to kind of round up, like Robert Pipe, the developer of this core, amazing person, amazing developer. He said when he started working on his core, and it was revealed that he kind of hopes to have one game working by the end of the year. And guys, we're approaching the end of the year. What is it? The 9th of December. So we've still got like 22 days, is it? The 31st? Yeah, 22 days. 22 days until the year ends, right? So we've got 22 days and we have got every single retail game now working on the Nintendo 64. And guys, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Like the work that is done. People call it the impossible core. I don't like calling it that. I know a lot of people call it that, and I've seen that in videos from modern vintage gamer and video gamer Esoterica. I don't like calling it the impossible core. I don't know. I don't like. That's just a personal thing. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't like calling it that because hey, I've seen that it's possible, you know, and it is a possible core. So Robert Pipe, amazing stuff. So all the retail games are working now. They're loading up at the very least. They're booting up into game, whether they crash or not, like Force Gemini did, but you can run patch versions. So Robert is still going to continue working on this core. He's going to fine tune everything. He's going to comb out every little thing he can to get it in the best state possible. And it's likely that to refine it and to finish this core, there's a lot of hard work up ahead because, you know, he got through a lot of stuff. Now maybe adding the finishing touches it's what might take him the longest period of time to kind of get through and work. But honestly, it's amazing where we are in FPGA gaming. The MiSTer is absolutely amazing. As far as a home console goes currently, the MiSTer FPGA is the best home FPGA console you can get, period. There is nothing better than that. You know, we've got the Analog Pocket, which serves as a hybrid. It's nice, but it's no MiSTer. We've got the different consoles from Analog. They're no MiSTer. It remains to be seen what happens next year. You know, is Mars going to come along, get all the MiSTer cores and add additional value to it? Well, that remains to be seen. Is Replay 2 going to come along with its Intel-based FPGA? And is that going to kind of shake up the market? And are people going to go and check out some other stuff? Oh, a big shout out to Anonymous as well. Wicked, man. How you doing? Check out Anonymous as well. He's got a good presence on YouTube and Twitch. Absolutely amazing guy, amazing channel. Love his stuff. So amazing. Thank you everyone for dropping by. But yeah, so just rounding it up here, Anonymous, that yeah, amazing stuff. So we're in an amazing space. There's a whole bunch of amazing people and this ecosystem's big, so there's room for multiple systems to exist simultaneously. So it'd be interesting to see where everything goes. Absolutely amazing. Love the MiSTer, love the community. But guys, I'm gonna have to call it a wrap. What's the time now? 21:03. You know, if I run over by a couple of minutes, my wife's not unreasonable. She won't beat me. But if I leave it doing it another like 5 or 6 minutes, you might start hearing like some screams in the background. And if you do, call the police. But that's it, guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Absolutely love you guys, man. Like honestly, thank you so much. You make my channel fun. A big shout out to Robert as well for dropping by, Anton Gale, everyone else, Philae, SNK Kev, PB, literally RGW Panda. Honestly, thank you so much, guys. Enjoying hanging out. This is probably the best Saturday night I've had for a while now. Anyway, guys, take care of yourself, take care of each other. If you're not subscribed, yo man, subscribe. Jay Walker, thank you. If I'm leaving anyone's name out, I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names, but Z Force, amazing, thank you for dropping by. Quartz, what are the names? I'm just kind of going through chat here. Cuckoo, amazing. Mo, amazing stuff, brilliant. Raheem, thank you so much. Emmett Turner for dropping by. Jimimbu, Jane 808, Jay Walker, Ziggurat, thank you for offering, helping me with the NFT stuff. NFT, sorry, getting into crypto here. NFC stuff, amazing stuff, guys. Cyberspace Man, thank you. Amazing stuff, guys. Thank you, every single person. TMS, Dunny Boy Williamson. Oh, and what was that? Dr. Johnny Bananas, the username of the stream, the best username I saw in this stream. Dr. Johnny Bananas, a big shout out to you. But guys, that's it. I'll see you guys around. This is Pixel Cherry Ninja out.